I'm Valerie Joseph, and you're watching Spectrum OC 16.
One team is a brotherhood bonded by the belief they can end an 11-year championship drought, while the other is hoping to continue a magical run and take a championship up country. It's the last of the semifinals. St. Louis Kamehameha Maui on Spectrum OC 16. After 10 weeks of baseball, only 3 teams remain in the chase for the championship. It's a flawless night here in Maui. Welcome to Iron Maihara Stadium and the penultimate night of the Waleonamine Foundation State Baseball Championship Tournament. It's semifinal number 2 here from the Iron, and we get ready for ILH versus the MIL. The Crusaders of St. Louis, 13-6, set to take on the MIL champions, the number 3 seed in the tournament, Kamehameha Maui. To the bracket we go. Kamehameha Maui got here after knocking off Lelehua yesterday, 6-2, and then it was St. Louis knocking off the OIA champs, the number 2 seed in the tournament as well. Felipe Hostro, Marcus Owens, Jimmy Bender coming up in just a second. So the tournament started off with 12 here, partner. There you see the roadmap. Crusaders knocked off the Warriors, then the Trojans to get here. The Kamehameha Maui Warriors, fresh off their first MIL title since 09, knocked off Lelehua. The winner take on Waiakea by virtue of their 1-0 victory over Baldwin. All right, so what do you make about what we have here so far in the last 3 teams down the chase?
Well, you know, looking at these 2 teams here tonight, you've got that home field advantage, I think, here on the Kamehameha Maui side. But on the St. Louis side, to me, they are the best hitting team still left in the tournament. So something's got to give here tonight.
And again, it's going to have to come down to pitching if they want to punch their ticket into the championship round against Waiakea. And for St. Louis, right, at the beginning of the season, they lost Shannon Fita, Tommy John Surgery, but collectively, these boys have bonded together and finally stepped up in the biggest of games. And today will be Kekai Pereira, a junior slinger up on the hill.
Now, he's making his 8th appearance on the year. He's got a record of 3 wins and 2 losses, ERA of 2.21. A young man out there that throws a lot of strikes. And you're also thinking, too, what's left in the pen, too, for St. Louis. So this young man here, Pereira's got a lot on his shoulders here tonight. Probably going to give him a lot of leeway and try to get him at least 5 to 6 innings of work.
Meantime, for Kamehameha Maui, yesterday it was Kanoa Arakawa's night. 6 2/3, punched out 9 in that 6-2 win. How much depth is there in the pen? We shall see. It'll be Josiah Kaya Medeiros who'll get the call here for Kamehameha.
Yeah, Kamehameha and Kaya Medeiros, one of those crafty guys out there who may have enough movement on his ball to really throw off the bats of St. Louis.
And so these 2 pitchers going head-to-head in the most important game to this point this season. Excited for this one, Jimmy Bender, as you take us through the New City Nissan Field Report.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's waiting for this one, right? They want to see who's going to be facing Waiakea tomorrow. Here's how the coaches plan to get there. Over on the St. Louis side, Benny Agbayani saying the main thing for his team, they need to play within themselves today, but he's also noticed over the last couple of days here, that wind here at Iron Maihara is no joke, so he's told his boys back each other up and pay attention to the conditions at all times. Meanwhile, over on the Kamehameha Maui side, Shane Dudawa's scouting report of St. Louis says you've got to shut down that top 3 in the batting order, make the rest of the lineup card beat you. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
So much excitement in the air for Maui fans. Unfortunately for them, one Maui team bounced out of the tournament. That's Baldwin. Will we get a hometown crowd tomorrow night? The last Maui team remains, or can St. Louis get back to the championship game? Crusaders and Warriors first pitch next here on Spectrum OC 16. Our friends at Young Brothers, they are amazing. We appreciate you, Young Brothers, through everything that you've done for Hawaii high school sports, and us at OC16. You guys are top-notch. Appreciate you. Let's drop some serious history on you. Since 2017, here, Marcus, number 3 seeds in the semifinals, 4-3. Waiakea has won 3 times as a number 3 seed. Wow. Of those 4 times since 2017. Back here at Iron Maihara Stadium as we get ready for the last of the semifinals between Kamehameha Maui and St. Louis. Everything kind of starting on time here, so they get the normal routine, which is a big help considering of how late it was for Kamehameha Maui into the night yesterday in the quarterfinals. And the Crusader fan base, I mean, they have loaded up flights. They have flown from all across the state, hoping that this is the year for St. Louis. Here's the Zippies batting order. Oregon bound, and the Oregon commit, Kahanu Martinez. Then the Michigan signee, Ruan Agbayani. Mana Heffernan, and then Kaili Kane. Chase Sutherland's the catcher. Lakea Correa's there, along with Shea Yamaguchi, Drake Kanui, and Asen Fernandez, who had some relief pitching work yesterday here for St. Louis. Crusaders getting here after knocking off Mililani. Can they knock off Kamehameha Maui? Their defense pretty good. We mentioned Branson Hong, Hawaii Honda Leaders impact player. He joins Isaac Gosson on that left side. Barroso along with Velez on the opposite side. Duke Aloy's the catcher. Good speed in the outfield here. Gonna have to come down to pitching for Josiah Kaya Medeiros. A young guy with a lot of spunk and a lot of toughness. We use those words a lot here. And for the Warriors, battled through the MIL season brilliantly, winning some clutch games, including a big one against Baldwin to win the MIL crown. We'll talk about momentum, how much of it, if at all, carries over from game to game. We're about to find out. Remember, St. Louis, you know, they had the lead. I mean, it was a 1-run game majority of that matchup against Mililani, Marcus. And then Trojans had bases loaded. Innings 3, innings 5 was turning it on in the 7th inning. Just couldn't get it home. And again, it's St. Louis finding that way. We saw it all throughout the I-Late season. Of just finding ways to win. They've done it all the way through. Yeah, they have. I mean, they've done it great. They've got a good closer in Agbayani when they need to bring him in. And the pitching, I mean, they've been using a number of pitchers throughout the season, and they've been getting it done. Coach Agbayani is not afraid to use 3 or 4 pitchers in a ball game, and whatever he feels out there, he goes with. He's got good instincts out there. Going to change pitchers. But you're right. Yesterday was one of those games where, and we've seen it throughout the tournament, the team that's leading sometimes, that one maybe mistake that they make that really comes back to haunt them, and you know, a couple of unearned runs there on an error early in the infield. They gave them that 5-2 lead, but they had an opportunity. They drove a ball deep down the left field line, caught with 2 outs with the bases juiced. So things could have went differently for them, but St. Louis made that win happen for them. Here's Kahanu Martinez here for St. Louis to lead it off. Waiakea awaits. Their team hanging around, watching to see who they will play tomorrow. The 7 o'clock matchup for the Division I championship on Spectrum OC16. This pitch is in there from Kyle Medeiros for a strike.
Kyle Medeiros 1-0 on the year, a save, a 1.71 earned run average coming in. Probably his best pitch is the slider.
Strike 2. Jed Andrade calling the balls and strikes. He's joined by Hoppa Thine, John Matson, and Paul Robinstein, first to third respectively. As there's 4 umpires here in the semifinal round. We'll have 4 again tomorrow in the championship. High pressure situation. Kamehameha Maui still buzzing after that win over Lelehua, despite some early adversity after Lelehua tagged them for a couple in the first. Upstairs for a ball.
Yeah, it was one of those games that just like started off like gangbusters. 4 runs scored early in the game. Both teams going after each other right away.
And Martinez had to fight one near the hands. Backed off there, fouled it back to the screen. Martinez might be the best third baseman in the state.
I would agree with you on that too.
I mean, he makes everything look so smooth and fluid. Martinez, the junior, hitting .349 this year. Pokes at that one, lines it out to Gosselin. One gone.
There's that slider from Kaya Medeiros right there, trying to backdoor, but you saw right there Martinez staying right in on that pitch and slapping it to the third baseman. There's some good left-handed hitters in this Crusader lineup.
Absolutely. And been silenced early.
Big following too that came over. A lot of them on my plane on Wednesday.
Someone described it as, it almost looked like a St. Louis charter flight. all one flight, all the red and the blue and the brotherhood.
Oh, yeah.
You're very prideful about the performance that these young men have done so far throughout the season. Agbayani shoots one, left center, back at the wall. It's down, and it's over for a ground rule double. He hit a home run yesterday in that same area. 24 hours later, he gets the first extra base hit of this semifinal.
Yeah, this ball was a fastball up in the zone. You can see him. He's got good power when he gets those hands extended. And with that wind gusting out there like it's been all day, it really helped him out there get it to the warning track and a one hop over the fence.
And the wind's still blowing out that side. Agbayani, for Hawaii baseball fans, optimistically hoping that he gets drafted to the major leagues. Another local boy out there would be great, and that's an option. Of course, signed with Michigan, as we mentioned. And now here comes Mana Heffernan. Mana Heffernan's been an RBI machine this year for the Crusaders. 18 in total for the guy hitting .411. But yesterday, just 1 for 4 against the Trojans. That's up high. Of course, he's assigned to the great Tommy Heffernan. He grew up north and then went from St. Louis. Third in the HHSAA in RBIs this year.
Yeah, having a great year. He's the clutch guy. This is the guy you want at the plate with guys in scoring position.
Heffernan lifts one in the air to left. Playable here for Kahalevai. Out number 2.
Boy, Heffernan would love to have that one back. He did not hit that solid. He had a good swing on it, just got it off, looked like more the end of the bat than the barrel. Kahalevai
very good out there, too. Here's Ilikane now, 1 for 4 with a double yesterday. In .339 in the season, 16 RBIs. Puts him in the top 10 in that department. Oh, and the throw there. And Agbayani has to get back to second.
Well, I don't know if that was a design play or not, but Barroso was really not paying attention. And at the last second looked up and the ball was coming to him.
Part of the plate, it just sailed up high. St. Louis second in the state in home runs this year, by the way, but only 2 guys have hit home runs. Agbayani's one of them. He's parked in the foreground at second base. Kane lifts one, right side playable. It's a run here for Velez. Instead, he's got it. The freshman, calm, cool, and collected. After the ground rule double from Agbayani, St. Louis can't drive a run home. Just getting started. The Division I state semifinals.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville hot sweet heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $6.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Throughout the years, many things have changed, but Long's Drugs remains committed to serving you and all of Hawaii by partnering with local brands and businesses, by hiring local talent who dedicate themselves each day, and by direct donations and volunteer initiatives. It's all a part of our commitment to sustaining a healthy and thriving island community.
Serving you since 1954.
Make Long's a part of your day.
It's time to unveil my $4.99 jumbo breakfast platter with French toast sticks, grilled sausage patty, hash brown, and scrambled eggs. Man, that thing's still going. Uh-oh. Get so much more. Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Batting order here for the 3 seed in the tournament. Kamehameha Maui. Branson Hong lead it off. And Zaya Madama Barroso, Isaac Goslin over at third base. Grayson Velez, Duke Aloy, Kamahao Akima with Halivai Matthias and Kai Kang, the center fielder here for Shane Dudawa's group. Defensively here for the Crusaders, not a lot of turnover all throughout the year. They're pretty good too. Outfield, Kanui, Correa, Yamaguchi, Kanu Martinez, again, along with Kane. Anchors on the corners, Heffernan and Agbayani. Pillars through the middle, Chase Sutherland, the catcher here. And again, one more time, you see Jandon Pereira. So, St. Louis, the question mark surrounding the year, right? How the pitching was going to be, for the most part, has done enough to get by. Not without its bumps and bruises, obviously, but they have clutched up in big situations this year.
Well, they have, and they've gotten sound pitching when they needed it the most. And sometimes, you know, pitching has been there, they've thrown strikes, but the offense has been getting them out and helping out that pitching a lot. Already, this is maybe the highest scoring team in the tournament right now, with a couple of 5-run victories so far in this one. And again, to me, I think they are the best hitting team left of the 3. And so so far, it's looked so far like Maui, Kamehameha Maui looked good that first inning, bent a little bit, and as Coach Dudawa said, need to get by those first 3 batters.
Jonah Brubb picked up the win pitching for St. Louis yesterday. Asen Fernandez had 29 pitches there, but he also pitched, I believe, on day 1, so you can't pitch 3 days in a row. And also, Bruin Agbayani had 22 pitches, so Agbayani's still an option in the pen here. He's typically been in the closing role. That's just kind of setting the table here for what potentially could come for the Crusaders down the line. Here's Branson Hong, who grew up in Kahului, Maui. So this year is all or nothing with this group, and on his way to St. Martin's, love the campus. He's one of a handful of St. Martin's guys in the class of 2025. Remember, Branson Hong closed out the game yesterday with just 1 pitch on a comebacker, one that was juggled by him, and finally sealed the deal over at first.
Yeah, it was a kind of an edgy kind of finish to that game.
Like one there from Pereira.
And Pereira last pitch over 2 weeks ago against Marino. 3 1/3 innings of work, 4 hits and a run in that one.
Shane Dudawa, 3rd year of the head coach of this program, knows some about winning state championships, took Baldwin to a 2018 crown. And a game played at Les Murakami Stadium. Down to the dirt from Pereira. I think the word resilient is an apropos type of word that you could use for this program after getting tagged early and a lot of energy from Lelehua. Kamehameha stayed the course, tied it up at 2, then a breakout inning midway through the game, 4 runs to eventually hang on and win 6-2. Hong tries to find a gap. Branson Hong gets it down all the way to the wall. Branson Hong leads it off with a double.
Hong continues his hot streak with the bat and again finds a gap in left center field. A lead-off double here for Kamehameha Maui. Ball in front of him, he takes a look over his coach and says, I'm okay, I'm going to stay at second base with a stand-up double.
Mom, Chris, who played softball at Maui. His father played football at Maui High too. Konoa, an athletic bloodline, the oldest of 4 kids. It's in a great example for that family. And Baseball gets away, but not deep enough for Hong to cover from Sutherland to keep Hong at bay.
Yeah, again, you want to get, if you're Coach Duduwa, you want to get your crowd into the game. The easiest way to get it into the game, score early and keep the lead. Like St. Louis may have had a pickoff play there, and Pereira just did not find the opportunity to pick at second base.
Adama Barroso. And oh, the ball thrown into left field. Got out of Pereira's hands, and Hong gets to third. What in the world?
Well, again, it looks like the pickoff play was on. Then Pereira decided at the last second, I don't like what I see out there. I was going to throw it away and try to stop his arm motion, and all of a sudden the ball just came out of his hand and went to left field.
With Agbayani blitzing towards second, nobody there to pick it up in Hong. 90 feet away now.
And St. Louis is not going to give him an easy run. They're going to bring everybody in here on the grass area.
Yeah, infield shallow. Adama Barroso. Fans at that one. You know, so many people, when you talk to fans of Kamehameha Maui, you know, why not us, right? We're here. Won the MIL. And Adama Barroso turns that foul towards the bleachers out there. It's over. And foul.
You're right. It was just like Lele Hua last night, right? I mean, kind of, you know, unsung hero. You know, didn't get a whole lot of, you know, talk about, you know, throughout the season. Like, oh, okay, well, Baldwin's going to come back. Baldwin's going to come back, and you know, they stayed the course throughout the year. Won the regular season. Won the tournament.
And the freshman goes down.
That's a great slider by Pereira right there. Just froze. We're also at the dish right there. Enfield will stay in here again with only one out. But look at this. It's such a beautiful pitch. And it's something that he hadn't really shown yet through the first couple of batters.
Right. Gosselin, 2 recorded RBIs this season for the sophomore. Burns in there, gets in for a strike.
A good pitch and a good location again. I've been so impressed with pitching in this tournament so far, with the pitchers being able to really locate almost every pitch in their repertoire.
Gosselin, tough night yesterday, 0 for 5. Puts this down, right through Agbayani. Hong will score, 1-0, Kamehameha Maui. It's an error.
Yes, I mean, right through the wickets right there. Sharply hit ball off the bat of Gosselin. You can see it right here. Up in the strike zone a little bit. A one hopper right underneath the glove of Agbayani there. He was expecting that ball to jump up on him a little bit. It stayed down and went right through the wickets. And I talked to Coach Agbayani before the game. He goes, we've got to play error-free ball.
Yep.
He's seen it throughout the entire tournament. Errors have really killed probably the favorites so far in the tournament.
They have 2 already. Velez hitting .370. That's what you want from a freshman. 9 RBIs as well this season. Drifting outside. Kamehameha Maui having a pretty good academic year. There were several hundred high school students on campus. And we're getting close to graduation out there, as that is in there safely here for Gosselin.
A nice pick that time by Pereira. Almost caught Gosselin leaning towards second.
In about a couple of weeks, they'll have graduation here for Kamehameha Maui. It'll begin next Sunday here with Maui High, then Baldwin on a Monday. So as we get to graduation season, you see all these seniors that, you know, want to leave an impact. And three balls, no strikes. In there for a strike. You know what's always interesting about the tournament when it comes to Maui here, Marcus, too? You know, when it gets to Les Murakami Stadium, you got 12 teams. Right. Typically 8 of them, right? Usually, most cases, are from Oahu.
That's right.
Right. But when you come to Maui, I mean, there's
8
pressure
coming to Maui.
Yeah, there's pressure that's exponentially greater because you want to win one for your island.
Right.
Agbayani on the money there. That's some of the pressure and talking to some of the players about having to deal with, right? I mean, yeah, they want to play at Les Murakami Stadium. By far, best baseball venue in the state. But when you come here and you got home turf, best believe you better take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And you got the fans and friends and everybody else watching these games as well, coming out to the ballpark. They've seen you throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. High expectations for sure.
There's Duke Aloy, the senior. Getting 214 on the year. Was 1 for 2 yesterday against Lelehua. Finds his own for a strike. Pereira, pitch 17 forthcoming. A couple errors already have yielded a run. Oh, God. Slicing in there.
Yeah, Pereira's got that great breaking pitch he's been using so far the last couple of batters. The thing is, though, the batters for Kamehameha Maui are laying off it. They're looking fastball only at this point.
Topped it off and trickling foul. Well, he spent 4 years as a catcher here with this program, pretty much starting every single step of the way. And he has had to build bonds with a number of different pitchers, obviously. Of course, last year the ace, Kaimi Kahalivai, and here for Duke Aloy. Brings a contained level of intensity. Such a measured approach every single time he steps in, trying to make an impact here and keep this inning going. Oh, just outside.
Just outside.
Not by much, it looked like.
Not by much at all. I mean, half of the team was on their way to the dugout there. But you know who didn't head to the dugout? The catcher. So that tells you right there, the catcher knew that that ball was outside.
It's inside. Oh, St. Louis fans are about to lose their lids.
And they're about as vocal as you're going to see in high school baseball. They've got a great following, too. Remember, you used to see them out at Corp, right? They have all the tents out there, right. The barbecues going out.
They come in droves. You have to count 2-2. 3-2 now to Aloy.
Now missing the most breaking balls the last couple of pitches here.
Full count. Runner on at second is Goslin. A 2-out walk.
Well, we brought it up yesterday about Aloy and his eye at the plate, only striking out, we're told, once all year. So you can see right there, he is very patient at the plate.
Ryo Yoshida. Of course, a name like Real, of course, ocean guy. Sent the cast out and it's a spot to courtesy run here. Kamahao Akima, the DH. Finds his zone again for a strike. Junior, who's just ultra tough when we see him on the field. Akima had a walk with 1 for 2.
Designated hitter number 22.
Yesterday against the Mules. Akima lifts one in the air to left. Drake Kanui's underneath it, and the inning is over. A couple of uncharacteristic errors here from the Crusaders, and Kamehameha Maui makes them pay. This one punched by Gosselin right through the wickets of Bruin Akbayani, and the Warriors strike first.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Big every time, nice up your life, yeah. When we stories way out favor wide, 10 by 20 plus dep on the side. Double X, yes, call it a double dime. Hawaii self-storage just as big every time, right?
Hawaii self-storage is the place to be, guaranteed from the boys of BET.
So come on down to Hawaii self-storage. So come down, respect, yeah. Hawaii self-storage, #1. Check it.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Saturday, a season of dreams comes down to this. Who will make history and claim the crown? It's the Wale Yonamine Foundation State Baseball Championships, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official trophy providers for Spectrum OC16 Sports. For all your special achievements, call Ryan at Mike's Engraving and Trophies. They are located in Aiea. Well, things got look a little dicey, especially with all the rain that came to the state last week, but thankfully it's made everything green and beautiful, and clear skies all throughout this week. In fact, the worst we've seen is a very light mist, and that came on the first round on Wednesday.
Wednesday night, yeah.
It's picture perfect here. The Warriors keep the momentum going. To the second we go. Chase Sutherland, 5th in the card, leads it off here for St. Louis. As we've seen St. Louis a number of times on OC16 this year. St. Louis 6 losses this year. Kind of a momentum shifting games that have changed their path.
Yeah, but interesting enough, they're the only team to really knock off and have the number of Kamehameha.
They knocked them off a couple of times this year, including a high scoring affair where they were trailing by nearly 10 runs.
Yeah.
Knocked them off 16-10 towards the end of March. Sutherland. Oh, that ball stayed up there. Look.
Yeah. Jeez. Haven't heard our parrots tonight yet.
Well, they're here. Well, it's nighttime, right? So they're off.
Roosting?
Yes. Sutherland, the catcher. This ball downstairs.
Yeah, this St. Louis crowd, they'll get their team into it. They're into this game tonight.
There's certain schools where you're not only just facing the players, you're facing the name across the chest of the jersey. Sometimes just the St. Louis brand name, much like Kahuku football, can intimidate teams. Sutherland flies this one away. The Maui mindset is we don't care who you are. Whatever name you want, and they've proven it. I mean, they've knocked off some giants.
That's also a team, too, trying to make a name for itself, right, the last couple of years.
Sutherland touches that one foul. So it was good year sports-wise as well. State football championship back in November. Basketball team got to the state final. Track looking to win another track championships, and track is actually going on this weekend over at Kealakehi on Hawaii Island. Upstairs. It's a leadoff walk.
Well, coach, one time, leadoff walks will kill you.
Micah Asisto. Comes in the courtesy run for the catcher, Chase Sutherland. Now here's Laakea Correa. St. Louis participating in their 19th state championship tournament. They have 25 wins in the winners bracket in their history. Of course, the last time they won the state title, hard to believe, 11 years ago. And the great George Gussman leading the way in a dominant performance in the final in Manoa.
Back in what, 2014, right? Yeah, St. Louis has been around here the last several years and trying to make a name for itself.
Look how close they've been, right? I mean, lost to Maui last year in the semifinals, lost to Waiakea in the semifinals, and a game here. An old pitch out squeeze play confusion.
That's right. I remember that now.
Waiakea eventually won the title. Back to the bag there goes Asisto.
Well, we talked to Coach Agbayani this week earlier. He said, we're gonna need a little luck to win it all. Things have gone their way pretty much the 2 games previous to this one.
And how did Benny Agbayani unwind after that win over Mililani yesterday? Saw him at Calais. Detoxing mentally.
Well, even before the game out there, shook his hand, talked to him for a couple of minutes. He was out there just mentally getting into the game while his team was warming up.
Runner goes. Throw here from Aloy. Hong out at second. Wow. What a throw.
You're not kidding.
Well, he was called out. Asisto staying at second, and now he gets off, and now they're just trying to make sure that he's out, and now the second base umpire is called time.
Interesting here. He was called out. Oh. But was it ball 4?
Let's see here.
Or was it a hit by pitch? You got runners at first and second right now. Did not see anything called from the home plate umpire earlier. Once the pitch was thrown.
Correa did walk. The second base umpire, John Matson. Now the key part is the count, because officially Correa walked. And thus, all of this is just cosmetic.
But a tag comes down really quick.
Gets the punch out. And then so quickly corrected here to keep it at first and second. And now Shane Dulawat's coming out. And now the officials are going to discuss. Oh, yeah, something going on here. By the HHSAA official count, it was a walk here for Correa with a runner already at first base.
Yeah, so the throw down at second base meant nothing.
Yeah, just strictly cosmetic.
But did he get off second base, and was there time called after that? That's the other key question.
Because if the umpire had not called time, and then Asisto drifted off the bag, Hong clearly tagged him off the bag.
He did, yes.
In which case that would be an out, and you'd still have a runner at first in Correa. And now an explanation will go to John Matson here and Shane Dudois. So you could read lips. He said ball 4. You know, the umpires have been great all throughout the tournament, too, and trying to handle this expeditiously. And St. Louis fans are just like, all right.
But yeah, ball 4. Runners at first and second. But nobody out here.
No, 2 on and nobody out.
Number 27, Shea Yamaguchi.
There's the Aloy coming out, putting on the defensive play here for Kamehameha Maui. You've got to be thinking bunt here. Bottom part of the order, you need at least 1 run. You can sacrifice over a couple of runners in scoring position. That will go a long way for St. Louis.
Here's Yamaguchi. And now time taken by Yamaguchi. So through all of that, we get a time out of it. And Kamehameha Maui fans are like, come on, let's go.
Yeah, taking a long time on that one. Sometimes the pitchers, when they take that long, end up balking because they just get too stiff out there.
Couple walks here in this inning. This is outside.
Yeah, interesting right now. The bunt play for St. Louis, if it's on, is bunting towards third base side. No one charging up the third base line at this point, so that's all the pitcher's responsibility. Kaya Medeiros has up the middle and to the third base side on any bunt here at this point.
Yamaguchi. Velez blitzing right to the dish, anticipating a bunt.
Yeah, it looks like the bunt sign is still on here. And Roy coming out to give a quick conference here to Kaya Medeiros. And so is Coach Dudois as well.
Yamaguchi hitting .333 this year with 4 RBIs. Strong 7 walks. Sisto getting some base running technique tips here as Shane Dudois is going to talk to his group.
Yeah, interesting right now. This inning is going St. Louis way, and you don't want to really, you know, take your foot off the pedal at this point.
Nobody out.
But also, you're wanting Kaya Medeiros also to throw strikes here because you're seeing Yamaguchi at the plate giving himself up for the out. It's getting interesting.
Yes, it is. St. Louis trying to pump this thing further. Down 1. Yamaguchi drops it down. Kaya Medeiros checks everywhere. Gets that out. Yamaguchi kind of stumbles over that bag. And the runners advance.
Well, good communications there as well. You saw him take a look over at third, just ever so slightly the glance, but there was no way he was going to get the speedy. Now Sisto coming down from second base on that one. You can see right there getting that foot done on the bag right the last second, boy.
Well, he got sniped too.
Yeah, tripped him up.
Good to see he's okay. Here's Kanui.
Kamehameha Maui bringing the infield in here. Everybody thinks it's going to be a tight ball game.
Basically really slowing down now here. Every pitch. And now Sisto hustling right back to the third base bag. Duke Aloy just kind of staring him down to make sure he stays honest.
That looked like it may have been like a safety squeeze on. Sisto got a pretty good lead, but then he saw the ball go in the dirt and had to rush back right back to third base.
Kanui hitless the last couple of games. Saying 147. Here in the tournament, 0 for 4. Can he drive in the tying and maybe go ahead run? And there for a strike.
Comes back with a breaking ball there. They've got first base open here as well. Kamehameha has that good sliders. I'm gonna come back with it again here. They see him faking over to third base just in case the squeeze was on. Wanted to see if Kanui was going to show bunt there.
Two balls, one strike. Near the chin. The kind of game that St. Louis likes in some ways, right? Build up that pressure, right? At some point, this is going to hit a crescendo. Just their presence alone in the bags is enough to make you very keen and put those antennas up that a big inning could come. Because remember, it came late for St. Louis yesterday, despite already having the lead. Scored 4 runs in innings 6 and 7 total to win it 5-2 over Mililani. Kanui up the middle. Gets it down and bounced off the bag. Alcista will come to score. This game is tied. Drake, in his feelings, just tied it at 1.
It's a great at-bat right there by Kanui. You can see right there, just trying, he got fisted right there. It's a soft little liner. I think had Kamehameha Maui been playing back on that one, that play they make that play there, but being in on the grass area and trying to cut down the run, that one squeaks through the infield.
Continues to build here. There's Asen Fernandez. And Kai Medeiros steps off and checks over there at first base. Fernandez 1 2/3 innings yesterday in relief work pitching, gave up 2 hits, had a strikeout, closed it out against the Trojans. Fernandez went 1 for 1 with a couple of RBIs yesterday. It was his first hit of the tournament. In fact, to this point, the only hit for him of the tournament, hitting .267 this season. Well, the second baseman running right towards the plate. This one bunted up and fouled.
Interesting play right there all the way around.
Adama Barroso was just on a full-on sprint.
Yeah, and it was a bunt too, right? So looked like a safety squeeze. What you do on that situation if the third baseman or the runner at third feels he can make it home and it's a good bunt, he comes down the line. Otherwise, you've got runners at second and third with a sacrifice bunt.
Back to the bag. St. Louis felt the heartbreak of just coming 1 step short of the final round. Here they are, they've tied it at 1 here in the second. Kai Medeiros stepping off again.
Yeah, he is losing focus, I think, right now on the batter itself.
Yeah, he's still worried about
the base runner.
Yeah. Asen Fernandez gets him swinging. Aloy will throw to Hong. Sliding in safely there was Kanui.
A good jump over there. You can see it was a hit and run. He was swinging at that one. And see right there, you see the batter coming across into the home plate area. I think that's what Coach Dudois is coming out right now about. You see the hesitation from Aloy on his throw going down to second base. I think you can call him out.
That's what he's lobbying at least for. You know, Duke Aloy's going to bring the boys together.
The swing itself, he comes across and out of the batter's box. It looked like from our angle up here. Thus the hesitation from Aloy, the pump fake, and then going down to second base.
Still one out. Second and third. Fernandez, sky ball, foul territory, full on run. Watch out, y'all. Gotta play. All the kids are just like, we had our chance. We had our chance. All of them. No, pretty good seats out there. Look at this. This ball goes out. Watch out, kids. Oh, and just landed on the front side.
St. Louis crowd getting into it.
One run, 2 hits, couple of errors here so far for St. Louis. Outside.
It's becoming a very long half inning, but still it's just one run in for St. Louis.
Yeah, this is like 3 o'clock Friday H1 West traffic pace. This top of the second. High drama building though. Fernandez pokes one. Branson Hall. He'll throw to first. Get Velez there. A run will score. And St. Louis takes a 2-1 lead.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to put the ball in play. Even though the infield was in, it's a slowly hit ball out to short. His only play at that point there is over to first base for the sure out.
A little gritty action right to the dugout. After Correa came to score, we flipped the card to the top now, and Kahanu Martinez. Oh for 1 today. Martinez, strike 1. Martinez, who started off his varsity career as a freshman, stayed healthy, stayed calm, stayed composed. I mean, he's going to be most likely one of the next great baseball talents to come out of Hawaii. Good size for the kid. And great glove, as you mentioned. We can't stress that enough. He takes that one for a strike.
And not bad in the leadoff spot. I mean, the young man gets on base a lot. Decent speed.
Martinez is just one of 2 players, by the way, that's hit a home run this year for St. Louis. Him and Bruin Agbayani. Fans at that one. Eighth pitch coming up now for Kai Medeiros. This is the 6th batter in this inning for St. Louis. Two. We see a situation. Drake Kinui's over at second base. So he wants to scratch 2 runs here. And a quick throw home. Safe is Kinui.
Looked like Kanui had the green light on. He had a couple of steps going towards third base, and you see Hong trying to sneak in behind him. This is a very good pick play. just a little bit short. You know, he heads up baseline, just barely getting back to the bag.
Back again. Here, Martinez, sky ball left side. Galevai drifting now. Oh, it's in and out of the glove. Kanui comes to score. It's 3-1. It caught a gust.
You're not kidding. Yeah, that ball was hit more towards center field, but at the last second, you can see it right there. He was unhappy with the swing, popped up, but that ball just kept traveling, and you can see him right there drifting back and unable to make the over-the-shoulder catch. Huge error right there. First one of the ball game for Kamehameha Maui.
And now watch out. Martinez ended up at second base. Here is Bruno Agbayani. That one hop, and Aloy couldn't find it. It's a wild pitch to put Martinez at third.
Yeah, he bounced that one there about 58 feet, and a great job of running. And Martinez saw a ball in the dirt right away and took off.
Aloy ate that too, off the mask. Agbayani hit a home run to the scoreboard in left center yesterday in the quarterfinals. Oh, this one launched right field at the wall. It is just down. Martinez scoring. Bruin Agbayani will slide in for a triple. Wow.
That's a little show of power. That's one of the hardest hit balls we have seen hit to right center field in the tournament. Right there, he thought he had a home run. He thought he hit that well enough, but this wind, you've got to hit this about 500 feet to get it out of here. That was about 350 feet. And then once he knew the ball was down, he was off and sprinting from first to third base. I don't know if Dad was yelling at him or not over at first, but he did show and turn on the jets there, going from first to third.
A storm's a brewing here for St. Louis. A 4-run frame and a 3-run lead. It's the 8th batter in the inning. There's Mana Heffernan. Third in the state in RBIs, as we mentioned. 18 of them. That's strike one. Look at 3 of the last, 6 hits maybe here for Bruno Agbayani, right? Home run, deep fly ball.
Yeah.
And then a deep ball to right field.
Showing some power in this field.
Oh, he did go. Says Hapathai. Make it 0-2.
Well, the other thing too here, if you're Kamehameha Maui, you've got to get an out right here. And you've also got to get the momentum back on your side, which means you've got to get some runs, and you also got to get your crowd back into it.
Good point.
Right now, it is St. Louis. They could probably hear him from here to line.
The Crusaders all throughout the season. In fact, what's interesting is that the season opened for the Crusaders with a loss to Pac-5, right? And then ultimately, put Pac-5 more into the spotlight. Crusaders stayed the course, won back-to-back games after that.
Then lost to Mariner in the first round of the ILH tournament. And people are like, uh-oh.
A 3-1 game won by the Spartans. Then lost to Iolani in 9 innings, booting him out of the ILH second round of the tournament. But by finishing second in the regular season, had some insurance to get a spot to the big dance, and here they are. Got him. An exhale here from Kyle Medeiros. Trying to bounce back. Bruin, Akbayani, Drake Kenui, Kahanu Martinez, all of them critical parts of this frame. 4-run inning. And a lead here for the Brotherhood.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by New City Nissan.
This is it.
This is where our family is from?
Well, it's where I first told your mom I like her after school one day.
What did she say?
I ordered chili.
I want chili. I thought our family came from Mililani.
The Kokua Pack is back at Zippy's. A portion of the proceeds from each one sold will be donated to different local charities every week. Give back to the community and get your Kokua Pack today.
Mike's Engraving and Trophies, the official provider for Spectrum OC16 and Spectrum XCast.
Take all the great OC16 action with you on the go. The Spectrum News app. All the latest local sports, news, and weather that matter most to you. Download it now. It's on the App Store or Google Play. You see the shot of Kamehameha Maui's campus, upcountry, literally a stoplight away from Kinkikalike. About a block away from each other. And a gorgeous campus, and kind of a slide, right? It's a self-powered slide.
Yes.
It's also a laundry person's nightmare. Whatever
like an inchworm.
Look at the speed. Look at the speed of that girl. Yeah. Yeah.
Helping out the county to clean it.
That's right. Yeah. Put her on the payroll. How about that second inning, man? Huh?
Wow.
Just wild.
It was. It was. Now the thing for Kamehameha is kind of calm the things down and try to put some runners on base. They touched up Pereira a little bit back in that first inning. Sent 6 men to the plate in that inning. Only got 1 run, though.
So much of it now is like where you get down early. Not a significant deficit here, but you feel like you have to get all 3 here, where you feel like you just have to keep pace, knowing, but you know, situation, right? We're only inning 2.
And that's the thing, too. If it's the 5th or 6th inning, different story. But if it's the second inning here, I think Coach Dubois knows what he needs to do. If they get a guy on base, that means just, hey, we're just going to play for 1. We're going to chip away.
It was a long time for Pereira to kind of sit and watch all that. And Kalivai in the right. It is on the ground. Going to be stopped by Yamaguchi. And Kahalivai leads it off with a single.
Yeah, but just watching the staff for St. Louis, they had just moved him over in that situation right there and put him in the right location, but he was coming in pretty fast, thinking, I'm going to get this on 1 hop and try to make a 9-3 putout. Now you know at this point here, it's got to be the bottom part of the order. It's bunt situation.
Caleb Matias. It's in the H spot. Save. Oh, wow. Kahalivai just got back there. Good attempt from Connie, the first baseman.
Nice quick move there by Pereira. You can see the swipe tag, and right there it looks like he's got him, but did he get his hand in first? Close play.
Have to kind of see the hand too with the dark sliding mid on. Matias golfs one into center, but playable for Correa.
Little surprise there. They allow him to swing away, especially bottom part of the order.
Now here comes Kai Kang.
Now the bunt situation is definitely off. You can't give up another out here in this situation.
Kai Kang went 1 for 2 with a walk yesterday against the Mules. Kamehameha Maui 13-3 on the year. They've won 3 of their last 4 games. Included an 11-inning drama-filled game against Maui, able to knock them off 1-0. One missed.
Pereira must feel a lot better too after being staked to a 3-run lead here, coming out for his second inning of work. A little bit more relaxed, a little bit more confident.
Just whipping one right back to the first base side. Kirka Halevai. Kang, the center fielder. Big 143 on the season. Kamehameha Maui had 7 hits yesterday. Did commit a couple of errors. Talk about kind of building culture with this program now in year 3. The buy-in process was solid, but really all rests on the kids if they can perform, and they've done a pretty good job 2 of the last 3 years getting to the state tournament. 2023 fell to Kamehameha in the quarterfinal round that year. Kamehameha Kapalama.
Yeah, that was a good showing that year. What was it, like a 4-0 game, I think?
Here they are, a win away from a first ever state final appearance in Division I. Kane collects it and gets to the bag for out number 2. As Halevai gets to second.
Nice job by Kane coming up the line right there. He didn't know if that's going to stay fair or foul. It was hugging the line on a high chopper. He just comes in and takes a couple steps back towards the bag to make the second out of the inning.
There's Branson Hong now, top of the order. Branson Hong began this game for the Warriors with a double. He's 2 for 2 yesterday, couple of RBIs. Remember, he had a triple in that game, too.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy. He swings the bat well. Once he gets on base, man, he's dynamic. Hard to keep him at one base.
Yeah. Having 571 in the tournament, including tonight. Whew. Breaking pitch that gets in there for a strike. Slid in there for Hong. We join Dylan Andres, Ethan Nakagi and company over at St. Martin's. On the ground here for Heffernan. And the inning's over. Leadoff single. A little bit of a spark for the Warriors, but ultimately it's St. Louis shut them down. We are sliding right through the tournament, aren't we?
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place that's a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the second year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
Oh, hi, Gail, on the left right there. Well, typically she works both baseball championships, but only have one because tomorrow D2 is on Oahu, Les Murakami Stadium, for the Wally Onomini Foundation Division II baseball championships. You see the OC16 sign as well. Maui strong, and we appreciate it. Much love as always. And you know, we love Lahaina, and we've been fortunate enough to come.
Yeah.
The last couple of years, we've had Lahaina little baseball in the regular season. We had football. A couple of years been chronicling that, and you know, we love Lahaina. And Lahaina Luna had a pretty good year this year too.
Everybody's talked about them, even though they had one win. I mean, it's a very competitive team throughout most of the season. Looking forward to them building that program up.
Here's Kane.
It would only better the MIL.
Oh, hello. Wow. Got away there from Kyle Medeiros.
I'm buzzing a tower here.
You are not cleared to land. Just ducking underneath that one. Kane cracks one. Fair. Down the line, deep to the corner. At the 3:38 mark now. And Kane hustles over and begins this inning with a double.
Kane has had a hot stick in the tournament. He's had some big RBIs throughout. You can see right there, after buzzing the tower, he was looking straight fastball and just rips it down the left field line. Says, take that.
You're right. Here comes Chase Sutherland now. Sutherland with a runner on at second base. It's in there for a strike. And he ran over to first, but as he makes this turn, you know, he's been making that face all season long. That's the amount of grit and energy that he expends all around. Just digging through.
Oh, yeah.
Probably gets back to the bag.
And this is the thing right here. I mean, you're not going to pick him off. He's not out there to try to steal third base. So this is the instance here where they're trying to keep him close, but I would worry and focus right now on the batter at the plate.
Bunted back to the screen here by Sutherland.
And why not? I mean, it's just, it's very early in the ball game. Sacrifice that run over to third base.
St. Louis knocked off Mililani 11 years ago, winning the Division I championship in a run rule game, 10-0. Wow. Got a few run rule games in the Division I final. See a fair amount in Division II. Medeiros gets set. Here's the delivery, 1-2. It's down in the dirt. Damien is on top of Waianae 6-0 as it stands right now. Kapa'a won on a walk-off over Kapolei in the 8th inning. So yeah, Kapa'a baseball in. Kapa'a softball won the championship over Pearl City earlier today. So both boys and girls teams will try and pull it off. And Damien staring down the barrel of another state final.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of figured it was kind of Damien's year, especially when they put up more wins than they had basically the last 2 seasons combined. and especially against a very good ILH season this year.
Yeah, it's been tough. I mean, right, St. Louis only beat them by 1. It was 4-3, but they lost to them 5-6.
Yeah.
Came around game 5 of the season for St. Louis. This one on the inside.
And you're right. I think we were talking about it yesterday. Damien's one of those teams that probably could compete at the D1 level if they opted to.
Scott Tengon does a great job with that program. And full count 3-2. The walk. Here we go again.
Yeah, I think right now it's Kyle Medeiros. He's going to have to pick up the pace a little bit right now. He's being very methodical out there right now, and it really is kind of getting his defense back on their feet, on their heels at this point.
Alcisto comes in to run again for Sutherland. Lafayette Correa, the center fielder, gets ready to step in here for St. Louis. And the pace is getting really slowing down here. You know, a lot of it tends to, like overthink things, and
yeah, I mean,
and sometimes you let kind of that stress grow as you just let it marinate in your mind.
Yeah, a totally different kind of outlook that we saw last night with Kamehameha Maui, right? I mean, the pace was good, the pitching was fast.
Had 1 hour through only 2 complete innings, pretty much, early on. There's crossing around. I'll try to get the tag, and Kane, those 2 guys joking around with each other.
Yeah, too many pickoffs, I think, right now as well. I mean, they're trying anything to get an out at this point. And what they don't want here, if you're Kamehameha Maui, is another big crooked stick inning by the Crusaders. You're seeing out there shortstop, second baseman run behind each other. You see right there, what it is you're trying to get that runner. He sees somebody cross in front of him going to third base, get him a couple of extra steps going to third, and that's when the other defender sneaks in behind for the pickoff.
And Medeiros steps off again. Well, we may set a record for the longest tournament game this season.
Well, we've had some long first innings.
Yes.
But then usually the pace picks up after that.
Here's Correa. Walked and scored in the second. Oh my goodness. Well, if you need to paint anything, I suggest do it now.
You got time, right?
It'll be done by the time the game's over. It's Kane back to the bag.
If I'm St. Louis too, I'm getting a little frustrated as well, right?
Yeah.
With the pace. There's a jab at a bunt situation right there. All behind that, what, 0-2. Let's see if Coach Agbayani keeps the bunt sign on. That's a crucial point here for both of these teams.
Yes.
I mean, the Crusaders, they tack on a couple more runs here. They can open this game wide open.
Up high. St. Louis knocked off Kamehameha Hawaii 5-1. Will this be the second Kamehameha team that they take down? Remember, they swept Kamehameha Kapalama in the regular season of the ILH.
Well, this was the thing, too. I mean, coming into this tournament, I was thinking, if you're looking at any team going 4 in a row, it would have been St. Louis in my mind.
Big lift there from Correa. Strikes out.
Kaya Medeiros took something off the fastball there. Had a little sink onto it. Got the swing and the miss. And boy, Coach Agbayani can't be too happy with that either. I mean, he'd love to have that sacrifice a couple of pitches before that put down.
Here's Shea Yamaguchi now. Tries to drop down a bunt. Coming after it here is Gosselin. He pumps. Now he throws to third. Safe at third is Kane. And the base is loaded here for St. Louis. An infield single.
Adama Barosa over at second base, a little late coming over to first base. That's why there was no throw at third from third. You can see right there, he had a chance. You can see him hesitate. No one was covering the bag. Heads up play by the Crusaders. Yamaguchi caught everybody off guard.
Coach's time taken. Oh, this is becoming uncomfortable here for Kamehameha Maui fans. With Noah Pacheco, who was expected to pitch at some point during the tournament. Getting loose in the pen here for Kamehameha Maui.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Kamehameha Maui, there's no tomorrow right now. If you're going to try to win this ball game, it's you don't want this thing getting out of hand. That's for sure here early on.
Again, getting that strikeout helps a little bit, right? I mean, you can force a double play here with the bases loaded situation, but St. Louis has probably done as good a job as any team so far in the tournament. When runners are in scoring position, more likely than not, they're coming home.
They do a good job of driving in runners in scoring position.
3 for 9 tonight with runners in scoring position.
That's a great average.
Here's Drake Kinui. Strike one.
I think Kaya Medeiros is going to have to come back with that same pitch. I like the slider. He's got good movement on it.
Drake Kinui had an RBI earlier.
It's the batter before. Left fielder, number 15, Drake Kinui. My apologies.
Kinui sliding out. There's Aloy.
Better breaking ball that time from Kaya Medeiros, trying to get the swing and the miss there.
4-1. St. Louis scored all 4 of their runs in the second. 5 hits here tonight. St. Louis fans have not stopped cheering. It has been 100% since first pitch. And he chops this one foul.
He's hanging tough at the plate there.
Of course, St. Louis on their campus doesn't have a full baseball field like most schools and public schools have. I just have an infield, well maintained, and a batting cage too. There's a lot of the games of the ILH are Alawai Field, Corp, Goes, Hans Larange. Goodbye. Second strikeout of the inning.
Good fastball that time. He had him looking breaking pitch, and he snuck the fastball in. It was a big strikeout for him to try to keep this a 3-run game here in the top of the third inning.
Here's Asen Fernandez now. Fernandez with an RBI, but he's 0 for 1 here today.
Nice breaking ball there by the young man. crucial at bat here for both of these teams. For St. Louis, you'd hate to come away with nothing here. But for Kamehameha Maui, you have to keep it a 3-run game with this next couple of pitches.
Fernandez fouls this one back. In addition to the great skill set that Fernandez has, when you get to talk to him personally, right? Always carried himself as a guy who, you know, just very mature, kind of polished, and always making sure that everyone's okay. He has clutched up in moments during the ILH season. Can he do it here in Maui? Fernandez gets one down here to Branson Hall. The force out at second in time, and the inning is over. So despite all of that, a mini win here for Kamehameha Maui. No runs come across. 2.5 gone by and a 3-run Crusader lead.
Aloha, I'm Corey Harvey from Fly Girls, and you're watching Spectrum OC16.
Calling all car enthusiasts, there's a new episode of Island Driver TV, Hawaii's only automotive show. Here's what's on this week. From imports to classics to hot rods and everything in between, we head out to the 2025 Hot Import Nights. Then we head out to Cars and Coffee with Ed Kemper. Island Driver TV exclusively on Spectrum OC16s on Saturday nights at 7:30 and all through the week.
Aloha, I'm Dut Leandro. Join me as I visit with local chefs, musicians, and Kama'aina who all share the love of good grinds.
Another key to his successful poke is fresh fish. Fresh fish meaning it's 100 feet from the store. And they go every day to Honolulu Fish Auction and pick up their fish.
Tune into Dut's Grinds and Good Times Monday at 9:30 p.m. and all throughout the week, only on Spectrum OC16.
Oh, there you go. All right, let's see some of these signs. Bang Bang, Kai Kang. Okay. Kai Kang, do your thing. All right. Okay. Good to see all our friends out there. So, you make any sign for anybody, and it shows a lot of love for that individual person. So Kai Kang, you're very much loved within that Kamehameha Maui section. Right now, those fans would love to see some runs. Here's we enter the bottom of the 3rd inning. The 3 seed trailing. Changeup got there for Madamba Barroso, who's 0 for 1 here tonight. It's the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the lineup for Kamehameha Maui. There's so far for Pereira. 2 innings of work, 1 strikeout and a walk. Not too shabby after getting tagged up a little bit in that first inning with a couple of errors. St. Louis has bounced back and played a little bit more polished since then. For Pereira, it's a decent location with the fastball. Even his changeup has found more confidence throwing. 1 break slowing downstairs. Kamehameha Maui, as you mentioned, getting here with 13 wins and just 3 losses. Lost twice to Baldwin, lost to Kinki Kaulike during the MIL season. This one backhanded by Martinez. Oh! The 3rd baseman, Martinez, with such a great range and makes everything look smooth. Always takes great approaches, right? And gets the feet square, gets it across after that one was trying to touch there by Madamba Barroso. Yeah, Martinez, the Oregon commit, and I've seen a lot of tall infielders too, like Manalau Kong, right? Shortstop for Iolani, on his way to play at the University of Hawaii, likely to play on the corners here for Rich Hill's group. Breaking ball's in there for a strike. Here to Gosselin. Nothing in 1 here. And Gosselin sees that one low and away. One gone here in the 3rd. And that one just shy of the plate too. Kamehameha Maui, that program, both diamond sports, have been pretty solid. In fact, Kamehameha Maui, a big open field right outside their gym, which they've recently turfed for the softball team. Martinez, another backhand. A whip of it. Norm, money again. Back-to-back 5-3 outs.
We talked about it earlier in the defense from him out there. He ranges well to the backhand towards the line. Effortless across the diamond here with his throw.
Bullseye.
Oh, yeah.
First baseman number
It's Racing Velez.
And what you're seeing too is Pereira starting to get in a little groove out there on the bump.
Yeah, after getting tagged up early, right? I mean, not significantly, but enough to at least build momentum and get the Kamehameha Maui crowd going. 76 on the gun that time.
And he's not going to blow it by you like 90, 91, but he's consistently around the dish.
He'll pick his spots. Velez to the second baseman, Heffernan. Just like that inning over. 5-3, 5-3, 4-3. The lead is 3 over number 3 on OC 16.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville hot sweet heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $6.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Throughout the years, many things have changed, but Long's Drugs remains committed to serving you and all of Hawaii by partnering with local brands and businesses, by hiring local talent who dedicate themselves each day, and by direct donations and volunteer initiatives. It's all a part of our commitment to sustaining a healthy and thriving island community.
Serving you since 1954.
Make Long's a part of your day.
It's time to unveil my $4.99 jumbo breakfast platter with French toast sticks, grilled sausage patty, hash brown, and scrambled eggs. Man, that thing's still going. Uh-oh. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Thursday, Hawaii hosts the UC San Diego Tritons in its final home series of the season. Rainbow Warrior Baseball, only on Spectrum Sports.
Right through the drive-thru for the Jack in a Box game summary. Bruin Agbayani 2 for 2 tonight, a double and a triple. Pereira 3 innings of work, 2 hits. There you see the errors that hurt St. Louis a little bit, but overall, I mean, man, when they settle in, they settle in. 5 hits here.
And Agbayani too. I mean, I'm thinking now if you're Coach Dubois and he's coming up with anybody on base and first base open, I'm walking him. Might as well at this time, right? I mean, he can do a lot of damage, even with nobody on base.
Right. And here for St. Louis, going to punch their ticket to the final. Top of the order, Martinez. Check the swing, did he go? And so. And matched here at the plate here for a strike. So already behind the count, 0-2. Here in the top of the 4th inning. Nothing in 2.
What I'd like to see is Kaya Medeiros come out in this inning and establish himself out there, pick up the pace a little bit. I think that will go a long way for him in gaining some confidence as well.
And drifting outside, 78 miles an hour that time. It's hard to see how Martinez just develops. I mean, he was at such a high level freshman year. Yeah, he could polish up little things, and his footwork's gotten better, but just really impressive sophomore year. Just situational baseball awareness, and So often, it's such a data-driven, metric-based type of sport, right? They talk about, spin ratio and exit velo, but what's not measured usually is just a general sense of the game and feel.
Exactly.
Right? And a lot of these St. Louis guys just have a good feel of the game.
And I'm one of those guys too. I mean, all that stuff, I can throw it out the window. I don't really need it. I go by what I can see. And the crack of the bat, and things like that. When you see somebody lift one, like Agbayani's been doing, hitting, driving it to left field, driving it to right field, you can tell that he's looking for stuff. He's got quick hands.
That one ripped but fouled.
Man.
And Martinez does have home run this year. Full count of 3-2. And goodbye. Good strikeout here from Kyle Medeiros to lead it off.
Kyle Medeiros needed that one right there. After falling behind a little bit, then got it back to 3-2. That's a good location right there. Martinez not happy with that. You can see him kind of say no on the way after that. But from our angle and the shot from the camera, it looked like it was over the plate and at least knee high. Here's the spot here, right? With Agbayani coming up, right? What's he hit? Well, the double and the triple, the fastball. The fastball, so. Hey, come back with the breaking stuff.
Agbayani in the love from the fans here. It's down and misses.
Here's the thing, too. I mean, 2-0. If I'm pitcher, I'm snapping one off here with a slider.
This is in there for a strike, right? So look at home run power.
Yes.
All throughout the season, and Bruno Agbayani does have that. And he's among the leaders in home runs this year. It's always tough to hit home runs, too, at various ballparks. 400 straightaway center. Agbayani cracks one to the right side and punches that one through. And Agbayani, how about the night he's having? Right now, he's a homer away from the cycle.
That's right. He's got the toughest one out of the way, the triple.
And he had a homer earlier in the tournament. In fact, the only home run in the winner's bracket portion of the tournament. And now here comes Mana Heffernan.
The thing, too, about pitching to Agbayani, it's tough. He goes to all fields well. We've seen him pull twice. We've seen him go opposite field in the gap.
Heffernan, Agbayani's off and running, and he's just in safely. Madamba Barroso thought he had him. That was real close looking from where we are.
Yeah, I thought the throw was coming out there. It was a good throw on the money, but you can see the head first slide, the tag a little bit late. Looked like it got him in the backside area, the hands coming in. Yeah, or did he even touch him? That's a great slide there, going back to the back corner of the bag.
Top of the fourth. Gets him fanning. Heffernan chasing one again. Feels like we've been stuck on 4-1 for a while, but when you look at the scoreboard, it's only been a whole inning.
That's true, yeah. Of course, that was an hour ago.
That's right. Just off the plate and low here for Heffernan. As we mentioned, Tommy Heffernan, right? His sister's a pretty good diamond sports athlete, too. We saw her during the Cal Ripken coverage a few years ago. Tommy Heffernan's one of the coolest dudes, too. Just like no ego, super hardworking, humble, deflects a lot of praise, and really just a blue-collar type of family. And inside, throw from Aloy. This one kicks into left. Agbayani's off and running. He will come to score. And it's 5-1 St. Louis here in the fourth. Aloy trying to get Agbayani. Just got by Gosselin.
Well, you knew he was going to run. He's very good at stealing third base. He put the pressure on Aloy. Aloy had to get rid of it quickly and tried to throw it on the money, but threw it on the outside part of the third base bag and into left field.
A 4-run lead now. Heffernan kind of chops one to Branson Hong on the move. There, 2 out. Now here for St. Louis, some of the younger teams and the returning juniors that are coming back for next year are pretty solid, but I mean, it's hard to replace 13 seniors. That many, right? And you look at some of the teams that have been in the tournament, right? 13 seniors for St. Louis, 17, right, for Kamehameha, 20 for Mililani. And at some point, there's going to be a complete reset, although the coaches try, lessen that recovery time, if you will, for next year. But
I'm bringing up, JV guys and having them ready, having good backup programs, summer programs as well. Yeah, you may see different teams, like you mentioned, next year.
On his sky ball playable, running over Sky Kang. Getting over. So some miscues here for Kamehameha Maui has yielded another run for St. Louis. Halfway home in this one, 5-1.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by your Hawaii Honda dealers.
Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the second year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
It was her first day back. She just had that look. I asked her and she said college was hard. But our first stop, that would remind her she was home.
The mainland's so big and it's so beautiful.
Backed by popular demand, garlic miso chicken plate and salad, a boneless chicken thigh marinated in a sweet miso and garlic seasoning, then lightly fried to a perfect crisp. Available all day for a limited time at Zippy's.
Well, Joe Balangitel, the executive director of the Maui Interscholastic League, has always said that without their generous sponsors and longtime sponsors, the league would not exist. And for all of these sponsors on your screen, we appreciate their support of the MIL and supporting high school sports. It really does take a local style, right? Mom and pop kind of run with all the leagues. Everyone pitches in and helps each other together, and so we appreciate that. The kid, there you go. That's a power shaka. Oh, we got some of the youth guys out there. The Phillies. Some of them are practicing actually on the youth fields. And some games over the weekend. So
I love driving by and seeing those games on the weekends.
There's like 3 of them right perfectly lined up against the road next to each other. And so Duke Aloy.
A couple years ago, I went out there and watched one of those games when we were here. Might have been 3 years ago.
Oh, you definitely got recognized. I know that.
Like, hey, You got a sticker from Felipe?
Oh, God. There's a Loy outside.
I haven't seen you being bombarded this tournament with that. Is that a good thing?
Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's been around. We'll put it this way. Somebody got
that's true.
The ultimate snipe. This is missed here to Aloy. Overall, this tournament's been great, as always. And tomorrow, there'll be the consolation games. 5th place, 3rd place. Those are 2-hour drop-dead time limit games. And we're on the air tomorrow at 6:45. But I'm going to be watching the Division 2 championship game.
Are you?
Yeah.
In the truck?
Yeah. On the app, even better.
On the app, that's true. Look at St. Louis, 3rd straight game, they have scored 5 runs.
Roy touches that one foul. You see right there. Full count here. Duke Aloy mashes one. Here's Martinez. Does it again.
Nice job coming in on that. He was playing kind of back behind the bag at 3rd base. On that, took about 4 steps coming in and on the run, showing off again that arm of his. An accurate arm. There's that sniped picture again.
Yeah. Thanks again. Yeah. That's Clemson Julian's younger brother, Tristan. 9 years old. Thank you again. You know what's funny about that? Someone had to make that, and then the guy or the girl that had to print it out must be thinking, like, what is this?
Yeah, who is this guy?
What? Just like,
is he running for mayor?
It's not even that. It's just like, who would want to see that? Who would want to hold that? Kima upstairs. This tournament, which started on Wednesday. 4 consecutive days of baseball, 18 total games, including the consolation side. It really is a bucket list type of tournament that you have to see in person to kind of feel. And even when it's at Les Murakami Stadium, it's great, right? I mean, it's obviously holds 4,000.
Right.
And that place gets rocking. That lower bowl is as loud as I ever hear it in any sporting event.
And you know what, next year too with the new turf, it's going to be a new experience for all the teams that make it into it.
A little automatic 3-0 strike. Now 3-1 to Akima. 0 for 1 flood to left. And draws a walk.
That's what Kamehameha Maui needs right now. They need some base runners and string together a few hits. Pereira's been pretty tough since that first inning.
Mililani's on top of Marinol in the Division I softball championship, 4-1. A couple of home runs too, by the way, in that one.
You said Mililani's on top.
Mililani's on top.
Man, we were talking last night. What was it? 5? They were down 5-0. By the time the smoke cleared, it was 19-5.
A 19-0 run, if you will. And,
wow.
Bless the X-Cast crew too. Did a great job. Scott Robbs, Kelly Elms, Dan Schmidt producing out there. Because they had to kind of weather through 3 rain delays. Put it this way, getting back to the hotel, we were watching the game on the app in the lobby, and the game was still going on in the bottom of the 6th, coming out of the rain delay. So, shout out to that crew. Yeah, they're not done tomorrow. They got the Division II championship. Ends in there from Pereira. Oh, he's very sneaky with that, huh?
It is. Especially early in the count. You can just kind of throw it over there and just throw it for a strike. If they swing at it, usually they're not waiting, they're not looking for one.
0-2. Poked that, try to be backhanded. Instead, Heffernan flips there to Agbayani and safe over at first. Would have been a dazzling double play if they pulled it off. But the runner's safe at first.
Yeah, you can see right here, this looked like it was going to shoot up the box a little bit. He stays with it nicely, a little flip there, and then the turn from Agbayani, not in time.
Just couldn't get it there. Got out number 2. Caleb Matthias. YK knocked off Baldwin earlier today, 1-0, to get to the championship game tomorrow. The loser of this game will play Baldwin for 3rd place. This is outside. And shout out to Kamehameha Maui as well. John Bialy, athletic director, Kahola Ricard. They're housing the Kamehameha Kapalama team out there. Less distractions too, a little bit more focus.
Yep.
And
you talked about it last night about the superstitions, right? Last time they were here, they stayed out there. They fared well.
Yeah. And
this time they didn't, so they're going to change around maybe for next time.
That's right, yeah. This is upstairs.
Falling behind here quickly, 3 straight pitches. Out of the strike zone, or is it 2-1?
3-1. See, HHSAA and our guys are on. The scoreboard operators a little behind. A little behind, but can understand. They've been working here all day. But this draws a walk, 2 on here. Look out now.
Exactly. Wouldn't be surprised here if one more batter gets on. You're going to see some activity in the St. Louis bullpen. What they do not want right now is to let this Kamehameha Maui team back in this game. Hearing some of the Kamehameha Maui crowd kind of urging on their team. Not as loud as St. Louis, though, but
right.
But that could change here with a couple of base hits.
Kai Kang. In their first strike.
That's really been the best pitch, I think, for Pereira here the last couple of innings, is that breaking ball.
You need something? How to clear people from the front.
I think it's just sweeping across and just finding the inside part of the zone. Again. 0-2. Kai Kang can somehow get on and flip the card to the top.
Yeah, you never know. And they did put up a 4 spot last night in an inning.
Justin lives Kai Kang. We saw Kai Kang earlier in his cheering section. He had a lot of great signs out there. Bang, bang, Kai Kang. Kai Kang, do your thing. Right? There was no. Were there any Marcus Owen signs when you played anybody? Was it a sign era?
No. No. Well, maybe like there was a walk-up song in my league was, guess what? Hawaii Five-O. Oh. Not my doing, but that's what they did.
Oh, so you didn't even choose it? They just played Hawaii Five-O?
Yeah,
and it just stuck with you? Wow. Yeah. And you were the only Hawaii guy there?
I was.
Yeah. Wait, so did other people have?
Yeah.
So did they get the shoes? No.
Gosh, I don't think they did either.
1-2. Stepping off. They played the actual recording, or they played it on an organ?
No, actual recording.
Okay.
The Ventures.
That must be nice, though. Now it's attached to you.
Yeah.
And there's the Hawaii guy out there, the minors. Love it. After falling behind in the count, here for Kai Kang. Let's battle through it, even it up 2-2.
Now, Pereira's starting to nibble a little bit more now in this inning than he has in previous innings.
Maui's looking for a big bite. Kang, sky ball. Flaring out, Agbayani chasing in the triangle, and the left fielder, Drake Kinui, able to collect. So the Warriors get a couple on, but ultimately St. Louis does their thing, 5-1.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place can do nuggets, right?
Yeah, the Hidden Valley Fire Ranch is awesome.
Okay, they're good, but we're not a chicken place.
When did you guys become a chicken place?
Chicken? Can't a taco place do good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do both?
What do you mean?
You think it's cool to do both, right? Why are you looking at me like that?
Are they okay?
I don't think so.
We're totally a taco place that's a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
Elevate the way you watch University of Hawaii and local high school sports. On TV, online, and on the go. No matter where you are, the excitement is at your fingertips with Spectrum Sports and Spectrum OC16.
What you doing tomorrow, man?
I'll probably golf, have some long. No, I'm coming to the game, man.
Oh, perfect, of course. I hope so. It's tomorrow, the Division I championship, the Wale Onemini Foundation State Baseball Tournament. There's a Coach Mindoro with the white hat at the top there. There's his son, Kyle Mindoro. He's a great player for Maui High. On that magical run in 2017. Remember when Maui High went in 2017?
I do, and they're one of the few teams that went all the way from the
first round.
4 straight wins.
And en route, who do they beat? St. Louis to get picked in the quarterfinal round.
Again,
Micah Gio, that was Makito Barkman, that was a great team.
Yeah, that was one of the better hitting teams too we've seen from them in a while.
Of course, Maui since then won another state championship in 17 and in 2024 as co-champions. As the top of the fifth rolls in. I think that's one of the cool things too, that this year in particular is that, last year, Kamehameha Hawaii solidified themselves best in Division II, right? Won the state championship. But then because of the weather and logistics and just scheduling graduations around that, it was difficult to finish that Division I championship between Baldwin and Maui. Right? It was postponed at Manoa, pushed to Moanalua the next day on a Saturday. Then the rain got worse, and albeit a turf field, there was lightning in the area. And it was a nice agreement, obviously, that both said, okay, you know what, we'll be co-champions, we'll agree to that. But for the juniors at that time, a little bitter taste in their mouth.
Yes, and we heard it too. They were able to get the D2 game in prior to that one.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That ball popped off the head of Sutherland.
Oh boy.
Goodness, he was wearing a helmet.
He's all right. That one hit him pretty square.
That was a thud. Sutherland, who typically gets courtesy run forward. Let's go volume up.
And that's hard to get out of the way as a batter. People don't understand that too. You've got like 0.4 of a second to make a move once the ball's released.
Good to see Sutherland's okay. And I'm sure he'll go through the proper protocols just to be safe. And once he kind of calms down, or at least settles in, we'll get some friendly grief from his teammates and make sure that he's okay. Here's Lakia Correa.
And it's a courtesy run over at first base, number 26, Michael Assist.
Sisto back in a courtesy run. Right, looking for a hit here. Got on base with a walk. Struck out in the third.
Again, just a 4-run lead. I mean, even Coach Agbayani, the way that they've been playing, it looks like they were leading by more than 4 at this point. But yet, you know, you still have to try to tack on and take what the defense gives you, try to increase your lead. The last thing you want to do is late in the ball game give up a big rally to tie it up or even lose it when you had opportunities to sacrifice runners in the scoring position.
Bunted and fouled. Everyone kind of partaking in the Maui experience, right? And still remaining focused and they're just trying to find practices in there. And for St. Louis, this has been a heck of a trip so far. They're halfway home to a state championship. They're a few innings away from getting back to the final. And you know, in St. Louis, any team, any sport, is in a championship game, it's a squad and a fan base that's just ready to bring it and ready to show their support. From the clubhouse on Oahu here to Iron My Heart Stadium.
I'll tell you what, too. I bet you if they are able to hang on to this game and be in the championship tomorrow night, you're going to see more people flying in just for the one game and you know, championship game, and then flying back out on Monday morning or even late tomorrow night.
Sky ball right side and out of play. You know, we talked about the Maui experience. One thing we won't experience, unfortunately, but also we understand, Four Sisters Bakery and their legendary butter rolls. The store is closed until the 21st. So it doesn't say why. They do say, sorry for the inconvenience, we're closed. I hope it's for vacation because those people definitely deserve it. The Mugbual family, but right back, hot shot. Hong got to the bag at second and got a double play out of it.
Nice effort by Hong out there at short, and boy, he took away a single right up the middle and turned it into a double play to clear the bags. This is sharply hit. I don't know if Kaya Medeiros actually got a glove on that or not, but you can see right there going down to his knees, putting the glove on the bag, and then flipping over to first base for that easy 6-3 double play.
Won the Impact Player plaque last night. That smooth double play. I'm going to clear the bases. 0-1 here to Yamaguchi. Yamaguchi, the right fielder, hit in the third. He's outside. Anyway, going back to the butter rolls.
Yes. Well, there was a big banner out here as well, right? One of the sponsors.
If no one's experienced eating a butter roll, it'll change your life. And
we used to bring him over to the games.
Yes.
Every time we're here.
Get to the crew too. Our crew would love it, but we hope you enjoyed the time off, Four Sisters. We're thinking about you. We miss you too. We're to get the out. Responsible for all three of them here in the inning. After a hit batsman, easy money here for one of the best shortstops on the island.
Aloha, I'm Kalai Miller, and you're watching Spectrum OC16.
Welcome to Cooking Hawaiian Style, presented by the Hawaii Community Foundation, shooting season 20 at the beautiful Royal Lahaina Resort and Bungalows. Today in the kitchen, we have Chef Ben Marquez going to join us. What are you going to make?
We're going to make kampachi tataki. We're also going to make steamed kampachi with chili water sauce.
The theme is kampachi.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite fishes.
It's going to be great.
Yes, you're not going to want to miss this one. Make sure you're watching. Go to our website, cookinghawaiianstyle.com, and thanks for watching Cooking Hawaiian Style.
Aloha, I'm Merlinda Garma. Dive into Hawaii Skin Diver, where we showcase the adventures of Hawaii's spear fishermen in many exotic destinations around the world.
spear was a 9-footer, so it takes a little adjustment in tight areas.
Weeknights at 7:30 p.m. only on Spectrum OC16.
Well, the hot ticket in town in Manoa is always Rainbow Baseball, as Hawaii will take on UC San Diego. May 15th, they get you going with Game On at 6 o'clock, only on Spectrum Sports and the Spectrum News app. With the bottom of the 5th inning, Marcus Owens and Jimmy Bender, our producer Dave Vinton, our director Kelly Nakasone, our entire crew, Felipe Ojastro. It's a 5-1 St. Louis lead. The winner to take on the 4 seed, Waiakea, in the Division I State Championship tomorrow night. Waiakea getting there after knocking off Baldwin 1-0 in a great game to the very end. Kamehameha Maui struck first in the bottom of the 1st inning, only to be counterpunched in the top of the 2nd with 4 runs. Added on another in the 4th. We've seen 4 combined errors, 2 apiece here for these 2 teams.
And costly ones, too, for both of them. Looks like we may have a little activity brewing in the St. Louis bullpen. This may be the last inning for Pereira as he comes out for his 5th.
There's some activity in the Kamehameha pen as well. Here's Hong. Branson Hong, you know, he's the oldest of 4 kids. He said he wanted to set a good example. A couple of his sisters play softball. Braylon, who does soccer and softball, a junior. In fact, just recently picked up softball this year because the 8th grade sister, Brielle, is going to come up to play in high school. And there's a chance that those 2 sisters get to play.
Nice.
Around the same softball team. And then there's Brexton. This is caught by the left fielder, Kinui.
I have to laugh at that one. I mean, it's one of those things, and we've seen it the entire tournament, where you can see out in center field. I mean, he came a long way. He thought he was going to get that, but that wind kept pushing it and pushing it into left field, and finally it was, you know, picked up by the left fielder.
Second baseman, number 3, Samuel
Madama Barroso.
One more look at it here. You can see coming out there and just right in the middle. I got it. I got it. I'm covering this side.
Yeah, there have been a lot of shots to the outfield, and the wind has played such a factor that it hits a lot of these, like these border kind of areas, right, where you get like the mesh points of right between outfielders, and it's been a ride for him. And that one poked up in the air, and Agbayani brings it in.
Ball a little flare towards shallow center field. Agbayani showing some range out there. Ball hit off the end of the bat. Again, Pereira's been one of those pitchers today. He's got good movement on his ball. There have only been a couple really good hits off the bats of Kamehameha Maui in this one.
There's Gosselin. Got on via an error in the first, and a ground out to third in the 3rd. We're flip-flopping between XCAS and OC16. Mililani kind of pouring it on now. They're up 9-3 in the divisional championship. Remember, they won via 10-run rule last year over Kamehameha Kapalama.
Yeah, that's a team that's tough to get by, no matter who you are.
Right. And trying to become the first softball team to win back-to-back state championships in Division I since Campbell had a three-peat between 2015 and 17. That's when Jocelyn Allo played.
Wow.
As we know the career that Jocelyn Alo had in college.
Boy, it was fun watching her in college.
Just what a gift. I mean, just effortless
and power.
And now this youngest sister, Sophie Alo, is part of the Campbell softball team, and they'll get her back for another year. Campbell getting to the state semifinal round in softball. And Goss Agbayani.
Why not, huh? It's been his night, both offensively and defensively.
Going up to get it. But Benny and his jetpack, apparently, go up and get it. Able to pull it in, and the inning's over.
This Spectrum OC16 sports presentation is sponsored by Zippies.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville hot sweet heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $6.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Decorating? With hundreds of factory colors and free computerized paint matching, you can find the Benjamin Moore color you're looking for at City Mill. Need something? Try check City Mill.
It's time to unveil my $4.99 jumbo breakfast platter with French toast sticks, grilled sausage patty, hash brown, and scrambled eggs. Man, that thing's still going. Uh-oh. Get so much more. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Saturday, a season of dreams comes down to this. Who will make history and claim the crown? It's the Wale Yonemene Foundation State Baseball Championships, only on OC16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Back here at Iron Maihara Stadium. More sponsors here that support the MIL and their student athletes. Again, on behalf of Joe Balungitao and the Maui Interscholastic League, he wanted to send his deep, heartfelt appreciation to everyone that has supported MIL sports and the student athletes and continue to do so. I mean, some of these sponsors have been around for like 10, 20 years, and they continue to support these kids. And you know, anytime you go to a MIL event, whether it's at War Memorial Stadium or Iron Maihara Stadium, you see a lot of banners, and all those banners is a sign of the amount of people it takes to kind of support this group. Because this one just cranked foul. Goodness me.
Kyle Medeiros out for his 6th inning of work here.
Let's go Hakui. Getting in the 8th spot. Number 18. So Deegan sees that one dip low. You know, for teams that win the semifinals, there's a tough time to sleep. Particularly the last game of the season. All you think about. See, when it's a school night with other sports like basketball, which usually ends on a Monday or Wednesday, or you can kind of occupy your brain a little bit. Right? You still have school, but not when it lands on a weekend. Oh. Kabaha Kui goes the opposite way, and this is, hold in. Wow.
That thing just died out in left field.
Kahale Vai. We had a tough time earlier. Good job to secure that. Earlier, a ball that popped in and out of his glove off the webbing. And
one more look at it. Not that easy, especially with that wind blowing. And you can see right there, it's kind of a sinking line drive. And nice job by him out there in left. Stay with the entire way.
There's Jason Fernandez. Right side. Coming after it, though, was Madamba Barroso. Vacuums it in for out number 2.
Nice job by the young man staying with that one. That was a sharply hit ball as well. And slapping a little leather here by Kamehameha Maui. Trying to do what they haven't done all game, is retire the side in order.
Folds here to Martinez, down the line again, bullpen bound. Just scared a bunch of birds that were hanging out over there too. Just flock of them just flying away.
You can see the left-handed batters. They've been kind of like sitting on the fastball here by Kaya Menderos the entire ball game. They've had some pretty good rips at the fastball.
It's in there. Two. Martinez, just staying alive. There's a ton of Division I caliber talent, right? Judah Ota out of Iolani, Arkansas commit. And of course, Bruno Agbayani, the Michigan signee. Oregon State, we see a lot of Hawaii commits, which is always good.
Yes.
Right? Wanalau Kong in that group. Zane Ho'okala, although they'll get him for one more year. Junior this season for Kailua. They are painting all across the country. In all levels. Martinez to the right side. It's eaten alive there by Velez. Gets to the bag and the inning's over. Off we go to the bottom of the sixth in this presentation of the Wally Onemene Foundation Division I Baseball Semifinals on OC 16. Continues after this.
Check it out. He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane. Feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever, Peter Zahut. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
By partnering with local brands and businesses, by hiring local talent who dedicate themselves each day, and by direct donations and volunteer initiatives. It's all a part of our commitment to sustaining a healthy and thriving island community.
Serving you since 1954.
Make longs a part of your day.
Check it out. He showed up with Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza and his A game. Slicing through the lane. Feeding the post. Best delivery guy ever, Peter Zahut. The Cheesy Bites Pizza and new Ranch Lovers Flight. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Thursday, Hawaii hosts the UC San Diego Tritons in its final home series of the season. Rainbow Warrior Baseball, only on Spectrum Sports.
All right, there you see War Memorial Stadium. It's about to go through a facelift coming up soon, which involves repairing and refurbishing all those bleachers on the left side, those aluminum bleachers, and maintain the field too, and also get a brand new scoreboard. There's going to be a couple more events. There's 2 graduations out there, and then of course the Rams are coming to Maui for their training camp. And so it's about to get a facelift, as we mentioned. All those metal bleachers on that left side, by the way,
yes.
being told by a county parks person, there's about 65,000 bolts that have assembled all those bleachers together. It's aluminum bleachers, and so can't wait to see how that turns out the next 1 or 2 years. So Pereira's night is done, and we get to see Trayson Kaimiola. Trayson Kaimiola, 4.12 ERA, couple of strikeouts this year, a 1-0 record. After picking up his win against Damien on April the 3rd. Saw that game, and he came in a tough spot when Damien had the lead and just lights out. So he's one of the young, great talents with this group too. Hard worker, good head on his shoulders, and now he gets a state tournament stage to showcase his skills.
Watching him warm up there. He's got some pretty good zip on the fastball.
Strike one.
It's still just a 4-run deficit here for Kamehameha Maui. This is doable for them. They still got about 6 outs left in this ball game. And you never know when you get a new pitcher in how sharp they will be. You see some activity still down in the St. Louis bullpen. Another one getting stretched and ready. Got activity also in the Kamehameha bullpen.
In there for a strike. Grayson Velez. You know, third of the order again. 4, 5, and 6 in the card.
Yeah, you got to think this is the inning that they've got to string something together to get back in this game.
At least got to get 2, we feel like.
Yes, exactly.
Outside from Kaimiola. Bryson Kaimiola last pitch against Marinol. 1 inning of work, 1 hit. McKay and a walk. And goodbye.
Wow.
What a job from the sophomore.
Again, that'll loosen things up for you right there. And a strike 3 call. One of those you can't take in that situation there, knee high. You got to protect the plate, especially if you don't want to swing at it. You still got to try to foul it off. Oh boy. Nice little wrinkle there from him.
And remember, at the bottom of the 6th, and still options for St. Louis. If they are able to win, he needs to keep his pitch count down at max to 35 to avoid the 1-day rest. And you'd be allowed to pitch tomorrow, albeit with just 75 in the tank available. So
now you've still got some young pitchers you can throw out there tomorrow.
Yes.
And Pang, another one.
It might be a staff situation potentially. This is upstairs. And also, too, with Asen Fernandez not pitching, he had pitched below the minimum, 35, night 1, night 2. Can't pitch more than 3 in a row.
Right.
Or 2 in a row, I should say, so you can't pitch 3 days in a row. He doesn't pitch here. He's all good for Saturday, too.
That's true. That's true.
All is 110. Punched on the ground. Agbayani comes a long way to get it. Pumps, now fires. And he got him.
Nice job by the young man out there. Boy, you just can't say enough of what he does out there defensively. He had come a long way for this ball, too. This is a grounder over towards the hole. Watch this. Pump fake and then hopping in the air and throwing it. Ooh. He's put on a highlight reel here tonight, that's for sure.
Alea Agbayani, Ailana Agbayani. Great softball athletes, doing big things at the collegiate level, too. And I remember talking to Benny Agbayani. He was like, what was that signing day like? He was just like, you know, it was emotional. I'm like, who cried? He was just like, oh, yeah, me. I cried. He didn't cry? Nope. Mom didn't cry? No, I'm the crier.
I know, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And you know what, too? Michigan is a long way away. There are no direct flights to Michigan.
Right.
You can fly to Chicago, but you still got to take another plane over there.
And Benny had not seen the collegiate campus.
Oh, really?
According to him, yeah. Well, I mean, prior to the actual signing and all that, too, yeah.
Gotcha.
So
it's a nice campus. Fall up there is fantastic, and spring as well. The winter, a little cold.
Yeah, you know, and during football games too, right? The big house, you know, they say when it's sold out, it's like the 5th largest city within an area or something like that. It's
yeah,
100,000 fans.
Oh yeah.
Here's Agbayani. Got him, inning over. Just like that, 3 up, 3 down. And collectively, St. Louis pitchers have knocked down 2 straight innings. Bang, bang, bang. Kaimiola. Well done. Agbayani. Smooth.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville hot sweet heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $6.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
It's time to unveil my $4.99 jumbo breakfast platter with French toast sticks, grilled sausage patty, hash brown, and scrambled eggs. Man, that thing's still going. Uh-oh. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
All right, going yard, and here's what we're showing you this. St. Louis, the second best team, tied with Pro City for home runs as a team this year. This is the top 6, but of those 4, look at that last line. Jordan Agbayani has 3 of them. Hunter Martinez has the only 1. And we bring that up because Agbayani is due up, and he's a home run away from the cycle.
That's right.
Which, to my notes, has never happened, at least in a semifinal round game. Of course, this all goes all the way back to the late 50s. Off the top of my head, I can't remember a cycle being hit too, let alone in the state tournament.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can't recall one offhand that I've been a part of. Hard enough to hit a home run in high school anyway.
But it changes when the Warriors moving from shortstop to do the pitching. Number 11, Branson.
So we saw Branson Hung yesterday. One pitch closed it out. So Madama Barroso moves from second to short.
And in at second base, in place of the pitcher, Josiah Hayam, the third, number 8, Kelly King.
So we'll see what will happen here. Could history be seen here in this 7th inning?
We saw these similar changes last night, late in the ball game for Kamehameha Maui.
Keely Ting's over at second base, in from Adama Barroso. So Agbayani doubled in the first, tripled in the second, singled in the fourth. He had a home run against Mililani yesterday in a ball that started on the right side of the scoreboard, but left the park on the left side of the scoreboard.
I know, everybody was talking about that too. Not just the home run, but where it started and where it ended. About the wind and everything.
3 homers on the season, as we mentioned, for Agbayani. This is exciting.
Man, as a player, you know it in the back of your mind what it is, what you're going up there for.
There for a strike.
This little wrinkle there, a little backdoor breaking pitch.
That he wanted, Agbayani. We've seen Alana Agbayani just smash home runs during their high school softball seasons at Iolani. Won a title in 2019. This is outside.
He's been a big asset, I think, to this club this year. This is the only year he's playing at St. Louis, right? And what he brings to the table offensively, defensively.
Agbayani shoots that one foul. Agbayani 5 for 12 in the tournament with a couple of RBIs and 2 extra base hits. Let me make it 3, excuse me, including tonight. Agbayani gonna lift one and get one down. So the Michigan signees 4 for 4, and now gonna try initially stretch it out. He took a wide turn, it'll be a single. What a talent.
And I like the aggressiveness. That's what you really want to do. That's, you know, Pete Rose used to do that all the time. Take those wide turns around first base. Force the hand of the outfield out there, not just to lob one in. You see it lobbed in, take off to second base. Agbayani's got that kind of speed. He can do that.
So the cycle will have to wait for another game or another year until Mata Heffernan now settles in.
I'm sure he would have liked to have that cycle, but you can see what he did at the plate. He never really overswung looking for the home run. He stayed within himself.
For Heffernan, hard to believe, I mean, with 18 RBIs this year, no hits here today, 0 for 3. Fly out, strikeout, ground out.
Now, you'll have days like that. You know, for St. Louis, too, I mean, it's not just been one person that's been leading them offensively. It's like today it's a new guy. And again, interesting here. I mean, if they keep this lead and head in to take on Waiakea. Boy, you never know, though. Waiakea is one of those teams that can kind of shut down a good offense. We'll see. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You started the conversation.
I know.
I hear you, though. I hear you, though. But I mean, under goes is Agbayani. Heffernan wide open hole on the left side. Agbayani is going to pause at third. Back-to-back base hits.
Well, you see what happens here. You've got the new shortstop going over to cover second base. You've got to pull right-handed hitter up. Normally the second baseman would go over instead of the shortstop. That opens up a huge hole on that left side of the infield. And it was an easy first to third situation for Agbayani. I was even watching third base coach. I was thinking he may even wave him home.
Ely Kane. Hustles for a double in the third inning.
Kane's been an RBI guy for St. Louis the last couple of games in this tournament.
With runners on the corners here, nobody out in the seventh. Hong throw, safe there. Heffernan just got back. Good deeper for Kamehameha.
That you almost never see this fake to third, go to first base work, but that time Heffernan, I don't know if he was thinking steal that time or just getting an extra couple of steps jump off the bag. And that caught the attention of Kamehameha. They went the pitch out there.
Get to the final. 2014 won it all that year. Mashed at it high in the zone, hung up enough. Agbayani will tag after the catch from Kahalivai. The throw's cut off, and it's 6-1.
Credit Kane again. That pitch up in his eyes a little bit, able to get that ball deep to the outfield. And deep enough. He hit it hard. But you've got great speed over at third base. Not even close coming into home on this one.
Last time I saw Chase Sutherland, took one to the head, did wear a helmet. That one popped off. Appeared to be okay. Got the A-OK from the athletic trainers. Runner goes. Throw from Aloy. Out at second. Keely Ting the tag.
Well, you very rarely see this. It was a hit and run on. Sutherland swung at the pitch, but this is a pitch out. Aloy gets a great pitch to throw down to second base. Out by about 3 feet.
Oh, by far, great job, Keely Ting. Solid throw from Aloy, too.
It's one of the few times that we've seen a base stealer thrown out in this tournament.
Right.
And it comes on a pitch out as well.
And we almost saw one earlier, then they realized it was ball 4.
That's right. I had people texting me, what's going on?
We're in the top of the 7th. We're going to 1-2 count to Sutherland. Iron inside, got him chasing at that one. Just like that. Kamehameha does just enough, despite St. Louis getting a run. Not impossible, a little improbable here for Kamehameha Maui. You've got to get the rally of a lifetime. They want to punch their ticket to the championship game.
Hardware Hawaii, your Kailua hardware store. At Hardware Hawaii Kailua, helping you find what you need is our top priority. Take our lead lumberman, Eddie.
How's it?
He enjoys helping customers find what they need.
My customers are like my friends. Really makes my day when I get to help them out.
Right on, Eddie. Here in Kailua, we're here, ready to serve you. Hardware Hawaii. Customer first in Kailua.
This is it.
This is where our family is from?
Well, it's where I first told your mom I like her after school one day.
What did she say?
I ordered chili.
I want chili. I thought our family came from Mililani.
The Kokua Pack is back at Zippy's. A portion of the proceeds from each one sold will be donated to different local charities every week. Give back to the community and get your Kokua Pack today.
Back here at Iron My Heart Stadium, bottom of the 7th. St. Louis scratched around at the top of the frame. It's a 6-1 Crusader lead. Tracy Kaimi-Loa back on, and Kaimi-Ola with some velocity, with some pace to it. And then tomorrow, the consolation games. We're back with you for just one game. And Benny Agbayani came oh so close right that first year, pushing this program through, and not 3 outs away from a state final appearance.
Well, this game's not over yet. We've seen some funky 7th innings here in the tournament where teams trailing made it interesting.
Your Holly Vai will lead it off here for Kamehameha Maui. Bottom third of the order. Years, long time. Seniors were 7 years old the last time St. Louis got to the state final, the same year they won it. St. Louis believes. St. Louis won the consolation round last year. Took 3rd place in 2022. Won the consolation again. The year prior to that, the tournament in 2019, played here in Maui. In their first strike.
It's interesting, the 2 Maui teams playing in the consolation game tomorrow.
I hope we get a great crowd. I hope we get a great, vocal, energetic, fun-loving crowd. Kind of cap off a great week in Maui.
I think we will. I saw a lot of fans here also from Waiakea. Not as many as St. Louis, though.
Line to Heffernan. 1 out. And don't forget, tomorrow we open the Box of Destiny.
Oh, yes.
In the postgame.
I got asked how many times, and people go, hey, are you still in? Are you still got teams? Well, show up tomorrow and find out.
Through there, we've kept it sealed and stayed disciplined with it over the last 10 weeks of baseball.
And interesting, too, talking to Jimmy, goes, I remember one of mine, but God, I don't remember the second one. I should have taken a picture of it.
Sky ball infield, Kamehameha. And now Sutherland pulls it in. Now number 2.
Not 2 quick outs here. Last thing you want, if you're Kamehameha, is go quietly in the 7th inning.
Number 4, Kai Kang.
It's on Kai Kang. Signs are up and out. Last bit of hope here for Kamehameha Maui. Upper part of the zone there for a strike.
Well, if St. Louis is able to finish this off, I think Coach Agbayani would be very happy using only really 2 pitchers in this game.
Yeah.
And still having some arms left for tomorrow.
See the Kang clan up there in support. It's been. We're going to have a fun finish line. The time tomorrow hits. YK are already in, the BIF champions.
Yeah, we've had a great season, too, of TV games, right? Everything's pretty been a nail biter.
I can't recall any blowouts this year, you're right.
I know.
There's a lot of long games, extra inning games, and now strike away for Trison. Kamehameha. 2-2. That one popped up in the air to the left side. Drake Kanui has got it. And for the first time in 11 years, the St. Louis Crusaders are heading to the state final. The Brotherhood, 3 days of terrific baseball, moves on to the final day and a chance to get their fingerprints on the trophy.
What a game, too. I mean, they did exactly what we thought they would do. They got some good pitching, they got some timely hitting, and held on to win. They're going to be a tough opponent tomorrow for Waiakea, but Waiakea, I believe, will be up for the challenge.
So our championship is set for tomorrow night. A great season, a great effort here from the MIL champions Kamehameha Maui. But ultimately, Brotherhood on top. The final pop out towards Kanui and left. And that does it. Benny Bayani and the rest of the St. Louis Crusaders moving on to the championship game.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Technology at 15 Craigside makes life easier, safer, and keeps us connected. How you guys doing this morning? Internet speed in this building is able to handle the downloads and capacity requirements of my office.
The technical support that's provided by the IT department is wonderful. They're available to all residents for any troubleshooting needs and one-on-one training. Voice technology allows us to ask about 15 Craigside's community events, dining, and activities. There's always something fun to do.
9 to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Saturday, a season of dreams comes down to this. Who will make history and claim the crown? It's the Wale Yonemine Foundation State Baseball Championships, only on OC 16, exclusively on Spectrum.
Crusaders win it 6-1 the final. 8 hits, a 4-for-4 performance from Bruno Agbayani, a homer away from the cycle, 2 singles, a double, a triple, ultimately a complete team effort here from STL to get to the final round of the state championship tournament. Go play for the crown tomorrow night. Felipe Ojasco, Marcus Owens, and Jimmy Bender coming up in just a second. We're going to talk a lot about St. Louis, obviously, in the postgame. Let's tie a bow on the Kamehameha Maui season because they win the MIL for the first time since 2009. They knock off Baldwin in a tough MIL final. They have a good showing here. They get all the way to the Final Four. Yeah, I mean, they did what they wanted to do, I thought, except make it to the the championship game. I thought they played well. They had a great season. There's nothing to hang their heads about with this one, and you never know. We may see them again next year. Yeah, without a doubt, and they are very optimistic about the young guys that are coming up among the bunch here for the Warriors. In the meantime, for St. Louis, yes, they got what they want. First time in 11 years they get to the state final. Here's the Hawaii Honeydeers impact player with Jimmy Bender.
Yeah, no doubter here in Bruin Agbayani getting this award tonight. 4 for 4 for you tonight. Marcus Owens said coming into this, you guys were the best hitting team left in this tournament, and you guys really put that on tonight. Talk about the hitting of this offense.
Yes, sir. We just did our job. Everyone did their thing out there. It was a team effort there. I was just trying to get on base for these guys. I know they have my back. They can score me in. So just getting on base and just producing runs early. That's what we did. And, that's going to be a big part going into this championship game tomorrow.
Home run shy of the cycle, but you were putting on some power in other ways. Talk to me about that triple. What did Pop say to you as you were going around first trying to get to 3?
Oh, he was telling me to run it out. I thought it was gone. Wind knocked it down, but, got a triple out of it. So, he was screaming at me, go to 3, not go to 3. He's like, run it out. Chill.
We don't always see in baseball that a player gets all the boys behind him from the team, but you specifically requested them, and we talk about the brotherhood all the time with St. Louis. What do these boys mean to you?
Oh, this is all my family right here. This is brotherhood right here.
YAK tomorrow. What do you think about that?
It's going to be a good matchup, but we're ready to play.
Just run it out to 3, baby.
Yeah.
Guys, you want to say anything to him?
Hey. 4 for 4, bro.
4 for 4. They knew it was going to be him. Send it back to you guys.
Oh, Jimmy, yeah, I think everybody did. Especially from the get-go. Yeah. Right. Towering double, towering triple. Left field, right field, did it all. Ground rule double. And one of the best in the state has a chance to solidify his legacy with a state championship tomorrow night. Absolutely. We talked about it before. And I'm glad he brought up his pops. This is run it out to third, right? Because he thought it hit that home run that went to right field. But it wasn't so much with the offense, too. Defensively, I thought he had a great effort out there. They hit that one right through his legs in the first inning. After that, he really settled down defensively and turned in a lot of gems out there, web gems. Going up there, too, and clutching that one, grabbing it down, and that's an Agbayani for you, all right. Got the Hawaii Honeydeers Impact Player plaque. Meantime, here for Kamehameha Maui, they'll play in the consolation game, an all-Maui third-place game here between Baldwin and Kamehameha Maui, but here's the Hawaii Honeydeers Impact Player. Yet again, we saw it last night with this kid, and for the second consecutive night, Branson Hong with his double in an area where hits were kind of at a premium. He had one of the 2 hits here for the Warriors. Yeah, he really did. He hit that double right there. They scored early in this game back in the first inning and put a little pressure back on the Brotherhood. But then the Brotherhood responded in their half of the next inning. But you're right. Hong did a great job out there. Did things well defensively. Takes care of the double play right there. Also came in to pitch that final inning of work. Kind of seal things up, make it a 6-1 ball game. And now it's going to be a sleepless night here for the YK Warriors and the St. Louis Crusaders as they get ready for tomorrow. The third place game, by the way, will happen tomorrow at 4:30 right here at Iron Maihara Stadium. We're on the air at 6:45 for the championship. Time now for the Taco Bell play of the game. Well, we've seen a bunch of double plays in the 4 TV games of the tournament so far. This one's solid. Hong stumbling, tagged the bag with the glove, exchanged well, and got the out over at first. A great effort by the young man out there, taking away a possible single right there. You can see
the wherewithal he had just to laying the glove on top of the bag at second base and making a turn over to first to complete the double play.
Francis Hong on his way to St. Martin's. It'll be a pretty decently sized senior class 11 in total here now for Kamehameha Maui. But ultimately, it is now set. It is the Brotherhood and the Big Island for the Division I championship. We'll talk about it. Post-game shows coming up next here from Iron Maihara Stadium. Day 3 is done. Finish line. Here we come. Crusaders win it 6-1. Post-game when you come back.
You only get one brain. If you take a hit to the head, take it seriously.
Don't tough it out. Report it. Tell your coach or parent how you really feel.
And look out for your teammates. If something seems off, speak up.
You've got 2 arms,
2 legs,
2 eyes,
but only one brain. Protect it.
Play hard, play safe, speak up. Learn more at hawaiiconcussion.com.
Aloha, Mike Latronic here, and you're watching Spectrum OC16.
Calling all car enthusiasts, there's a new episode of Island Driver TV, Hawaii's only automotive show. Here's what's on this week. From imports to classics to hot rods and everything in between, we head out to the 2025 Hot Import Nights. Then we head out to Cars and Coffee with Ed Kemper. Island Driver TV exclusively on Spectrum OC16s on Saturday nights at 7:30 and all through the week.
This week on Fashion Sense by Valerie, we are turning up the heat with a fiery citrus spritzer you need to try. Got lash questions? I've got answers. Our real estate expert shares how to light any space like a pro. Dr. Hannah gets real about urinary incontinence, what every woman should know. We're working the half Bosu ball for a killer core and rocking monochrome from head to toe.
Presented by D Suihiro Electric Inc. Sundays, 7 p.m. on Spectrum OC16.
Thursday, Hawaii hosts the UC San Diego Tritons in its final home series of the season. Rainbow Warrior Baseball, only on Spectrum Sports. Watch your favorite games anytime, anywhere on OC16.tv. Go to the homepage to find the channel you want under the Now Playing section. Log in with your Spectrum username and password, and let the games begin.
From Spectrum OC16, it's the Hawaiian Financial FCU post-game show.
Welcome to the post-game show, y'all. Wrapping things up on day 3 of the Wale Yonemine Foundation State Baseball Championship Tournament. St. Louis won this one 6-1. Who would they face? Well, game 1 of our doubleheader proved just that. Well, I'll tell you what, Justice Wakamatsu, pretty good up on the bump here for the Bears. Yeah, a couple of errors kind of halted some progress. Ultimately, though, Bears just fell a little short. Wakamatsu, about 8 different pitchers that the Bears have utilized, was steady, was calm. But Waikea just somehow finds a way this late into the season. And their pitcher, Hurley Sung, was great here, Marcus.
He really was. He had things going his way the entire way, just like Wakamatsu did. You know, and he's got a 1-run back in that second inning, and he made that hold up for a 1-0 victory in the semifinals and pushing him to the title game tomorrow. Really on top of his game. And what impressed me most about the young man was the control and composure he had on the mound.
And so, what started with 12 is now down to 2. Waikea, St. Louis in the final. The number 4 seeded team at the BIF champs. I don't think a 4 seed's ever made it to the final here in Division I since the 2 divisions split. Knocked off Kaiser, then defeated Baldwin. St. Louis, the longer route here. 5-1 over Kamehameha Hawaii. 5-2 over Mililani, 6-1. They knocked off a second Kamehameha team. So it's the Crusaders' first time there for 11 years. Waikea seeking a second title in 4 seasons. On Division II side, congratulations to Damien. Damien officially won, so you can move them over to the right. They knocked off Waianae 6-0. Kapa'a won 2-1. So Damien Kapa'a is our championship game. That matchup will be on OC16 at 4 o'clock from Les Murakami Stadium in Manoa. So the last 2 baseball games of the season we have for you here on Spectrum and the Spectrum News app. Felipe Ohastro, Marcus Owens, Jimmy Bender, post-game show here. All right, so you get the first crack at this, right? So what do you think? It is St. Louis, it's Waikea. They've battled before in previous rounds of the state tournament and semifinal rounds typically, but here they are now in the championship round.
Yeah, hard to pick in this because you can never count out Waiakea. I mean, they're going to try to play a low-scoring game. That's what they want, like a 2-1, 3-2 kind of ball game. If they can, like Coach Dubois was saying, if they can handle the top 3 in the order, they have a good chance, but they could not do that today down here. So that's one of the things that's going to be a key, I think, for Coach Honda's team. But pitching, it would be only their second day of, pitching, and I think that they still got, the arms out there. They go through, a lot of staff left for them. They probably got 8 or 9 guys they could throw out there tomorrow. They're going to unleash everybody. But looking at what St. Louis can do, again, they are the best hitting team. I'm an offensive guy, so I'm gonna kind of tip my cap towards St. Louis tomorrow.
And if memory serves, the last time the tournament was here in Maui, Waiakea knocked off St. Louis in the state semifinals en route as a 3 seed to win the state championship. The stage is set. We're excited for this one. Jimmy, what do you think?
Well, look, you guys talk about low-scoring affairs, right? And that's kind of what we were expecting tonight from this. And so striking first was going to be crucial. And we saw that from Kamehameha Maui, right? Hard shot right there from Isaac Gosselin. The infield drawn in, so it's going to get through. That's going to bring in the first run of the game. 1-0 at this point. It's a great shot, by the way. That's how you do it when the infield's drawn in. Just hit it hard and hope it gets through. 1-0. We've seen that hold up. Maybe it would hold up again. No, it won't. Not the hardest hit ball here, but look, Asen Fernandez is going to get the 6-3 put out, but drive in the run to put them up 2-1 at that point. That's how you do it. It's called a productive out, kids. Get a run in, even if you get out. And then we're going to see some defense. Look, I know this kid went 4 for 4 tonight at the plate, but he made some great plays out in the field as well. Bruin Agbayani going up, and the stop. Does he stick the landing? The Russian judge gives him a 4.7 on that one. A great job from Bruin, not just offensively, but defensively. And like Marcus was saying, man, did St. Louis hit tonight.
What? The last time these two teams met in a winner's bracket game, in a significant one, was that 2022 semifinal. Waiakea won that one 5-4. That has not lost on the minds here of St. Louis. What can they do? Can they pull it off and win a title for the first time in 11 years? Or can the Warriors pull it off for the second time in 4 seasons? The final out, the pop-up, the fly out. And it says, boys, we're flying to the final. Crusaders win it 6-1. And post-game show wraps up when you come back on Spectrum OC 16.
Seems like everyone's going country these days. Let me show you how it's done. Yep, that Nashville hot sweet heat is here on my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken starting at $6.99. Tastes good to go country. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Around here, the environment is everything. And that's what makes Honda your perfect island ride. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means big deals on Honda hybrids, including Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Civic Hybrid. And for the second year in a row, all 3 Honda hybrids made the Car and Driver 10 Best list. So for the cars you can count on and the dealers you can trust, see your Hawaii Honda dealer today.
It was her first day back. She just had that look. I asked her and she said college was hard. But our first stop, that would remind her she was home.
The mainland's so big and it's so beautiful.
Backed by popular demand, garlic miso chicken plate and salad. A boneless chicken thigh marinated in a sweet miso and garlic seasoning, then lightly fried to a perfect crisp. Available all day for a limited time at Zibby's.
Here's the dream. Never stop doing what you love. The choices you make now can keep the dream alive tomorrow. So you can live your life your way. We're here to help with a personalized approach to a healthier you. Hawaii Pacific Health.
It's time to unveil my $4.99 jumbo breakfast platter with French toast sticks, grilled sausage patty, hash brown, and scrambled eggs. Man, that thing's still going. Uh-oh. Get so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Welcome back to the Hawaiian Financial FCU post-game show.
Shout out to all the Connie Parks people, Athletic Director of Bowen High School, Wade Hundo. We appreciate you. All the volunteers that make this tournament a success. Our friends at the HHSAA. We love you. We appreciate you. One more day tomorrow. That's your programming note. 4 o'clock in Manoa for the Division II Championship. It is Kapa'a and Damien. Then for the D1 crown at 7 o'clock. It'll be Waiakea and St. Louis. All right, time now for Final Outs, brought to you by our good friends over at Popeyes. We appreciate you for supporting high school sports. By the way, real quick, the people in Maui would like to have a Popeyes on island. So if you could somehow work that out, Popeyes, we appreciate it. I'll go first. All right, Box of Destiny. All right,
Box of Destiny.
This box has been locked since 10 weeks ago. We're going to open this thing. This is the longest drawn-out bit we've ever done, I think, every year. So in this box, we have our predictions, and people have been doubting that there's anything in this box. I will prove to you.
Oh, you're going to open it up?
Well, yeah, I will prove to you.
You remember the combination? Yeah. Oh, you did.
That there are envelopes in here with Jim Bo, at least he wrote it. Jimbo, right? That's mine and Marcus's. And we can all attest that these are our envelopes. We're going to open them tomorrow. And again, we're going to reveal who we thought was in the state championship. And we're going to lock this up. We're going to bury it in center field. Okay. And then we're going to, the part,
go out
it's going to be 24-hour security, but again, that's tomorrow, so stick around for that tomorrow.
All right, man. Well, hey, I want to wish you a happy 37th birthday that's coming up tomorrow, so before anybody else does.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
My man.
Why'd you do it now?
Well, why not? Because tomorrow is the Box of Destiny.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like we're pressed for time tomorrow. I thank you, though. I appreciate it. Much love.
You got it, man.
Thank you. Jimmy.
All right, you guys mentioned the golf earlier, and yes, there was golf played today out at the Maui. So big shout out to the crew that joined us out there again today. It's usually the same 4. Oh, wait, somebody's missing there. I have an empty arm there. Yeah, Keli'i Tilton could not join us today. Last minute, he had to do some family stuff, but Keli'i Kiakona there over there on the left. Of course, Shane Dudawa there, and myself. As far as results, Shane asked me to tell you guys that he shot a 73 and I shot 180.
I don't believe that.
I don't think that was the case. I shot a 90. I don't know what they shot, but nobody was hurt. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No joke, by the way, Jimmy, that's a nice outfit. It's a nice golf outfit.
That is one of my favorite shirts.
Can you put it back up, please? Yeah, that photo? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead, Jimmy.
Anybody who says, in fact, Sean Sueoka saw me today in that and said it's the worst shirt he's ever seen.
Oh, my goodness.
But that's because it says Cubs on it. I think it is the greatest shirt ever made in the history of mankind.
That's good. Man. Fashion forward.
Hey, if you don't play well, you at least look well, right?
That's the key, right? And you wear the white belt so people think you're good. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Interesting that you played with those guys, and Keli'i Tilton maybe next time, hopefully.
Yes,
and then one of these days, you and I will be out there, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Won't happen.
They're going to ask me.
That will never happen. We're going to see all of you tomorrow. Right now, flip it over to Spectrum XCast. You can catch the final innings of the Division I Championship. Mililani's on top, I believe, by about 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. So go listen to Scott Robbs and the All-American Kelly Elms right now on the Spectrum News app and on Spectrum XCast. Brother, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, man. We'll check out the championships. Don't turn that dial.
We're going to see it tomorrow for the final baseball game of 2025. That's it from the Iron. St. Louis wins at 6-1 with Marcus Owens, Jimmy Bender, our producer Dave Vinton, our director Kelly Nakasone, our statistician Tom Yoshida, the terrific women men of our OC16 crew. Felipe Ojastro, support high school sports. So long from Iron My Heart Stadium.
Nine to 5 in the rear view, and now happy hour has arrived. Let's lead this man to his Popeye's Big Box. That's work-crunch balance.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Taco Bell brought back crispy chicken nuggets, and I can't believe how good they are.
Why can't you believe it?
Because you're Taco Bell.